I feel like he loaded a powder keg of racial inequality or racial nonsense and then lit the fuse and then kicked it to Trump and it exploded in Trump's face.
Right.
So, and it doesn't help any matters. Trump is a very divisive person.
Sure.
And honestly, I think it's funny to watch.
Yeah.
I don't agree with some of the tactics, but I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm a person who likes to step back and watch the chaos unfold. Part of the reason why this country is so great is because it's built on Judeo-Christian morals. And I think it was Jordan Peterson who said, even if you don't believe in Christ, you better live by the Judeo-Christian moral set, because it'll get you a long ways. So that's how I feel about the whole thing. The thing that really annoyed me, like for myself, and I even still deal with this today, like, okay, I'm going to preface this. I don't drink, I don't smoke. But I'm so wired in from homeschooling to drinking is bad, smoking is bad. If I see that, I'm like, oh, no. And it's like, I wish I wasn't like that. Like, I'm a lot more well-adjusted after high school, and I'm like, don't look at people quite like that anymore. Like, it's like, okay, I can be in a bar and not have any problems, like getting food or something, or at an event and they got drinking. If you make an effort to speak English, I love it. I love it. I don't care if it takes me 5 minutes to have a conversation with you about what I want to order from a Mexican food restaurant. I don't care. I love the fact you're making the effort. Plus for effort. Let's freaking go.
Yeah.
This is the greatest country in America. At least you're trying to make assimilate. Thank you very much. Here's an extra $5.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. Okay, I get it. It's been a while since I've released a new episode, and for that I apologize. But is the hate mail really necessary? I get it, I do. You can't live without hearing new episodes of this show. I really do appreciate the love. But it's just fact that I will not always be able to release a new episode every week. I told you guys this at the beginning of the season. Sometimes weeks or even months may go by, and that's just something you're going to have to deal with. You need to look within yourself and learn how to harness whatever you need to harness in order to stop directing the angry hatred in my direction. Or hey, here's an idea. Maybe just listen to one of your favorite past episodes. Relive the old days, before you were so bitter and angry. There are over 100 you can choose from, all because of the bloody sweat tears that I have shed for you. So maybe you should be more thankful. But seriously, stop with the hate mail. It makes me sad. I sit and I sob over all of your hurtful words. Is that really what you want? Does my misery make you happy? It shouldn't. It should make you sad as well. You should be ashamed of yourself. In fact, I expect many, many apology emails. I'm just human after all. There's far too much hate in the world as it is, so just relax. Be the change, as the kids say. And while you are busy being the change, you can also use that time that you would be writing me mean and nasty emails and use it for a much better cause, like telling everyone that you know about this amazing podcast. Sharing is caring, as the kids say. You could also leave an amazing review of this show on whatever platform you are currently listening to it on. That would help me much more than hate mail would. One final thing you could do is to use that same email address that you have been using to tell me how disappointed you are about my lack of episodes, to tell me how much you enjoyed my release of this one. Spread nice things that make people happy instead of mean things that make me cry, as the kids say. Today's episode features Josh Malmkar. Josh works on his family's irrigation popcorn farm. There's a sentence I never thought I would say. His duties include truck driver, part-time mechanic, tractor and combine operator, redneck electrician, and welder. In his free time, he enjoys riding motorcycles, flying planes, playing guitar, hanging out with friends, and talking to me for this podcast. Josh also lives all the way over in Nebraska, where they pretty much have nothing but corn. I've never been there, but that is what I hear anyway. Whole lot of corn. I had a good time getting to know Josh, and maybe you just might as well. Enjoy the conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to go, it's kind of fun and scary sometimes to go just off the cuff without
like knowing somebody at all? Like when we
Yeah.
started doing this, I was like, oh man, I've never met this guy before. But you're related to Leah somehow, yes?
Yes. Oh, so it's very, what's the right way of putting it? So she's okay. So her dad's sister married my dad's brother.
Okay.
So we're very, 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 very distantly related.
Okay.
But we just call ourselves cousins because up at college, we went to college at the same time.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
and we never exactly got along until we went to college together, and then we figured out, oh wow, we're actually super chill. So
Nice. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
both just agreed. It was like, okay, we're cousins. That's
Right.
just so
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Leah's awesome. I enjoyed talking to her. Hers was kind of the same way. I didn't really know her either when she came over, because we just had mutual friends. I know she was friends with my son, the one that does the techie stuff on the podcast.
Okay.
And she was really good friends with another family friend of mine, and she kind of started just as a fan of the podcast. She had sent me an email tell me she enjoyed listening to it, and I was like, "Hey, would you ever want to be a guest?" And she's like, "Yeah." So that was kind of cool to get to know her on here too.
Yeah.
So where are you coming from? Where are you at right now?
Grant, Nebraska.
Oh, dang.
So it's
Okay.
yeah. So like I said, I was wanting to come there and do it with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Which would have been impressive. You would have been the farthest person to ever come from that far away. So
shoot, I should have came
yeah,
just for the
yeah.
ocean. So,
I mean, I've had people drive 4 or 5 hours before, but never from like Nebraska. That's like way out there. So
the plan was to take Amtrak one way and then fly
yeah.
back because
Oh,
the
okay.
nearest Amtrak station is like an hour and a half. Let's see, what is that? South. Well, it'd be east southeast.
Okay.
From us, about an hour and a half.
Mhm.
And then it's like $87 to take Amtrak from there to Sacramento, and then I can
Really?
just get a rental car. Yeah, like
How long of a trip is that though? Is that like overnight? You got to sleep on the train and
36
stuff?
hours.
Ooh,
If you want
wowzers.
to get the one with the bed, it's $5,000.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, thank you. No,
I'd be
thank
like, nope, I'll just sleep sitting up. Thanks.
you. Yeah, exactly. That's what the plan was to take it. Yeah, but I don't know anybody who around here who's taken Amtrak, so it was going to be one of
Yeah.
those bragging rights kind of deal.
Yeah, for sure. I actually love taking the train. I haven't done it in years at this point, but when my wife and I, we've been married 24 years now, but when we first met,
Congrats.
thank you. Yeah, we just had anniversary like last week, but she was 15 when I met her and I was 18. So that was already kind of sketch. And so like within a month of meeting her, her parents moved from here. We're in like Southern California, but they moved 5 hours south into San Diego area.
Oh, okay.
So we were going to just call it quits. We're like, we've only known each other a month. Why are we going to try to do this long distance thing? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
No.
we didn't last very long. We're like, okay, we need to stay together. But when I first was going to visit her in San Diego, I would take the train there all the time. Like I was taking the train and that was my first time ever on a train when I was like 18. And,
Okay.
but I love it. I taking a train. I mean, it takes longer. It's longer than flying. It's longer than driving, but it's kind of cool, that you meet cool people on there. You're starting conversations and it's kind of a cool thing. I've never got to do that though. Like go so far where you actually need to sleep overnight on a train. San Diego, it's about, 6 hours, 7 hours, something. It's not that bad, but
Yeah.
so
But it would still be cool though, because that route you go through like Granby, so you go through Denver and then you go through the mountains and then you drop into Utah and then you shoot over. So like it would be okay for the price point, again, $87.
right.
Beautiful scenery, especially with all the rain we've been getting. And then I don't know if you guys gotten much rain this year, but
We never get much rain. Our
Really?
area of California is very dry. We've been in a drought. I lived here my whole life, and I can't remember a time where we weren't in a drought.
okay.
So when we get any kind of a rainstorm, which you can't really call it that, but it's like if you get rain for like all day, one day, we're like very excited. It's like, oh, this is really cool. Like I don't even want to go to work. Sometimes I'll call in just so I can enjoy the rain. Just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So
It's a precious commodity.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
man, but but we've gotten like 10 or like so we've gotten so much rain it's actually kind of becoming a nuisance. So like we hit our average in May. So like
Okay.
it's been raining like 3 or 4 inches every month. So it's like
Okay.
amazing.
Do you guys have any like concern of flooding or anything where you're at ever? Or
Not really. It's sandy enough where we're at.
okay,
So, like, okay, it's weird. So the northern half of Nebraska is like the sand hills. Like it's basically just sugar sand straight up there. Like northern
okay,
half of Nebraska, basically just sugar sand, like
okay.
beach sand, basically just beach sand everywhere.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I wouldn't guess that for Nebraska.
Oh, super pretty.
Yeah.
I lost all my photos like 2 weeks ago of a sand hills trip I did. But
Okay.
like there's water everywhere because the water table's super low. So I mean like there's like ponds everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which you wouldn't expect for Nebraska, which is
Yeah.
but the what was I thinking? Oh, anyways, beautiful place up there. And then the farther south you get, it's just very like okay, which so then you go south and then it splits into actual clay like back east by the river, like Lincoln area.
Okay.
And where we're at, it's just 50 shades of sand.
Mm.
So like you have really clay sand and then you have sugar sand. Like so the stuff around Grant, it's like super clay sand, which is like an
Okay.
oxymoron. And then you
Right.
have and then our other pivots, which is 45 minutes east, they're it's pretty much straight up sugar sand.
Okay.
So it's very
Wow.
weird.
That's really interesting. I mean, I've never been to Nebraska, so I mean, I wouldn't really know, but
Yeah, there's nothing out here. So
yeah.
the only thing worth interesting is like Chimney Rock, and Chimney Rock isn't that impressive, and
Yeah.
Lincoln. And the only thing worth going to in Lincoln is the Husker games. So
Right. As I say, they have a really big. There's a lot of people in my area that are huge Huskers fans. So
really, I would have
yeah,
never.
yeah. I don't know why that
Big
is.
Red.
Yeah, right. And I've noticed that like back east like that, or in the South, they're much bigger into the college sports than we are in
Mhm.
Cali. You know, it's just not. They don't really care unless somebody going to that school currently. But
Mhm.
like in the East and the South, they're just die hard, man. They're like, I've never gone to the school, but you know, it's everything to me. You know, I'm just going for it.
Oh my goodness.
Um, so are you born and raised in
Yep.
Nebraska or
So
okay?
born and raised, never. Let's see here. So we've moved 7 times in the same county.
Oh
So
wow, okay.
so yeah, like so I was born in Nebraska, Grant.
Hmm.
Lived in a small town 10 miles east of Grant called Madrid, Nebraska.
Okay.
Spelled in the same exact way as Madrid, Spain, because supposedly it's on the same parallel line as Madrid, Spain.
Okay.
So it's kind of a running joke.
But they pronounce it Madrid?
Yes, they pronounce Madrid instead of Madrid. So it's so it's a running joke around locals. It's like, yeah, I went down to Madrid today, and
That's awesome.
yeah. So lived there. We moved. So when I was born, Dad, at that point, mom and dad were in a single wide trailer house on the north side of Madrid, and then they moved to a house about 2 miles outside of Madrid,
Hmm.
right next to one of our fields. And then we moved from that house to let's hear it. How many miles is that from mom and dad's? Like 4 miles from where they're currently living, and then lived in that house, but that house was completely and utterly full of mold. And we didn't
Oof.
exactly realize that when we
Like
bought the
black
place.
mold?
I'm not exactly. That was like,
Okay.
how many years ago was that now? I was 8 when we moved out of that house.
Okay.
So I don't remember,
Okay.
to be completely honest.
Well, I just know that black mold's a much bigger problem in your area than it is in ours, from what I've
So it
heard
might have
anyway.
been black mold.
Yeah, because you guys get a lot more rain.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I know is when we bulldozed that house in, we used an excavator. And I remember when that excavator slammed its bucket in through the roof, this huge cloud of green dust
Oh, that's great.
just came out of the
Yeah.
roof. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
good thing we moved.
I just want to take a deep breath when you see something
Yes,
like that.
I'm like dangerously allergic to mold. So it was kind of
Oh
like,
no.
turn around, run.
Ah, that's terrible.
So there was another house on that property, like 150 yards from that house. And so that one became open. So we moved up to that house. We bought that house, lived there for 10, 15 years, and then moved from that house to the one that my parents are currently in.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Very cool. And how old are you?
24.
24. Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
man, you're young.
That's what people keep telling me. I don't feel like it some days.
I don't even remember 24. So I mean, that's how fast it goes by. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm 47 now, and it seems like you just blink a couple times and then you're old. And it's like, dude, what happened? Like, so
what's mortifying for me is like especially this year. This year went really fast, and like as I think back, it's like like 2 blinks ago I started college with Leah, and that was 4 years ago, and it was like, well, what was it for? Yeah, it was 4 years ago now. Yeah, 4 years, and it's like, holy crap, that doesn't seem that long ago, and it's like if it keeps going this fast,
no, it's going to be faster. It gets faster. That's the crazy thing. People told me that when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But it's literally true. Every year is going to go faster than the last one. It's gnarly.
Dude,
it's
that's a train ride I'm not ready for.
So when you went to school, was that here in Cali, or did she go to school in Nebraska?
So we both went to Frontier School of the Bible together.
Okay, where's that at?
LaGrange, Wyoming. So it's literally
that's right. I remember her talking about that. Okay, yeah, Wyoming. Yeah. That's right.
Yes, wonderful Wyoming. Yes.
Yes, that's another state everybody goes to because it's so awesome.
Okay, the part that we were at wasn't terribly bad.
Okay.
It was just flat, and it reminded me of home, so I didn't exactly appreciate it. But it had a very nice windy road on the south side of town that was amazing for motorcycles.
Okay.
So
and you're into that? You're into motorcycles then?
Yes, sir. So I've got I have a 1982 V40 Honda V45, 2013. They're all Hondas. I don't know how this happened, but they're all Hondas.
Okay. Hey, you know what you like,
Yeah. Get started on the Honda, you never leave Honda.
There you go.
So let's see here. 2013 VFR 1200. Those two are both street bikes. And then I've got 2 dirt bikes. One doesn't run, so it's a 250 and a 450. And the 250, that the motor seized on. I've been too lazy to actually put a new motor in it, so I need to do that at some point. And then I've got a 450 that I bought off of. Well, that was actually a roundabout. So I bought it off my brother, who bought it off of Leah's uncle.
Okay.
So.
Do you do any competitions or anything? Do you do racing, or do you just kind of do it for leisure?
I do it from leisure. I wish I could race. So growing up, Zach and I, so I have an older brother named Zach. He's 363 days older than me. So that's
wow.
That's not I never bring up the fact that it's an Irish twin thing.
Yeah, okay, that's your parents going, hey, we like this. Let's have another one real quick.
Yeah, well, it was more of Zach was that. So it was funny because my parents, they're 20. They've been married for 26 years, if I remember right.
Okay.
Yes, 26. So Zach was the happy accident and I was the mistake.
Oh, there you go.
So it's kind of a funny joke, but anyway, so where was I going with that? So we wanted to race growing up.
Okay.
And funny enough, so my grandpa drag raced back in the day. He was a drag racer.
Oh, nice.
He had a 1970 Chevelle with a 454, and I think it was a Rock Crusher transmission, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran low 13s, high 12s.
Okay.
So needless to say, that's where we get the speed demon gene from.
Yeah.
And then so Zach and I wanted to race growing up, and Dad was very much against it because he was like, oh, look, most races are on Sundays. I don't want you racing on Sundays. I want you in church on Sundays.
Right.
So, and then it also, as it got old, and then we always complained about it. It's like, but Dad, our cousins are getting to race. We don't race. And it was like, well, I don't care. You're not your cousins.
Mm-hmm.
You follow my rules. And we're like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. When my kids ever try to pull that one on me, when they ever try to say, well, so-and-so is allowed to do that and I'm not, I say, well, that's because I love you more than their parents love them. See?
That's really good, too. That is honestly really good. Oh, man. So, and then as we got older, we were like, Dad, why did you never let us race? And he was like, well, because you guys actually might be somewhat decent, and I know how addicting that is, so you're not going to race. So
Right. Okay.
kind of that's what happened. But I kind of wish we would have gotten a race because Leah's cousin, we're good friends. Well, so pretty good friends with Leah's cousins, and they race.
Oh,
And from
okay.
there's a track in Juanita, Nebraska, which is like an hour and a half south of us.
Okay.
We went and just they opened the track up one day, and we went and raced on that with them, and it is so much fun. But
Yeah.
they had training, and it is incredible how much training goes.
Yeah.
Like if you race dirt bikes, you got to have training because it's like
Yeah.
they're running 125. They were running like 125cc motors, dirt bikes, and we were running like 250s and 450s.
Mm.
And they were like, we would get them in the straightaways, but the moment we hit a curve, they would catch us and pass us in the dirt. Like, so it was like it shows you how much technique goes into racing. So yeah. So again, I love going fast, but I wish we would have gone to a race. But
Yeah. Well, there's still time.
good.
You're only 23, so there's time.
Yeah,
Or
like
24. Did you say you're 24 or
like
23?
I have time.
Yeah.
24. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do for? Are you married or anything? Or
No,
kids?
single.
Not yet. Okay. What do you do
Single
for
as
work?
single as can be. What?
What do you do for work?
Work on the family farm. So we raise.
Okay.
So we have 3,000 acres of irrigated corn. Well, it's usually corn.
Mhm.
We do 3,000 acres.
Yeah.
Usually, what we do is popcorn. So
Oh, really?
yes.
Okay.
So this year we mixed it up a little bit because because with all the tariffs and stuff, we haven't been able to sell as much popcorn.
Okay.
So we threw some food grade field corn in for like making like cornmeal and like chips
Okay.
and that
Nice.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So so it's about half and half. Well, no, it's about 3/4 food grade field corn and the other quarter is popcorn. So yeah. So
Very cool.
and that is a full-time job.
Okay. And is that like something that you want to just kind of continue on? Like you plan to does your brother do that as well? Do you guys all just,
So
it's
we
all
both
a big
work on the farm
family
with my
thing?
dad, and
Okay.
so it's me, my
Okay.
dad, Zach, and my older brother, and then we have a college kid that works for us right now, and then a couple part-timers.
Okay. That's
They're-
cool, man. And those are probably long days, right? Those are like what, 12-hour days usually?
10 to 12, yeah.
10 to 12, yeah. Phew. Man, how many days a week?
Every day that ends in Y.
Really? See, that's gnarly, man.
So we get Sundays off, but it's usually full day Saturdays unless we need to do
Okay.
something, then we can get Saturdays off. But
Yeah.
the joke is around our house is like, you know what, the farm will take all your time and ask for 10 hours more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very, like even like our slow months are like, oh yeah, they're slow. It's just, the problem is it's one project that takes like 4 weeks to work on.
Right. Yeah. But see that I find that I'm intrigued by that kind of thing because I think it's really neat. I guess because I don't see a lot of it in California, at least the part of California I'm in, to where there's like these just family companies where it's pretty much just all family members that are employed and they're all just kind of working and keeping the business running. And that's awesome to me. I love that. I think it's really cool.
It is a huge blessing. I love it. I mean, a lot of people like even when you asked, it's like, well, you said like you did say that, like, ask if I can see myself doing it forever.
Right. Yeah.
I could do it forever. The thing is like I would much rather do God's will. So if God's will is to have me here for the rest of my life, good with that. Cool. I love farming. I may not know exactly what's going on all the time, and I'll just act like I know what's going on, but I'll do it. I love it. But I much rather be where God wants me to be at. And if he asks me to leave and go somewhere else, then I'll do it. There will be some crying and some but why God's the entire way.
Sure.
But I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, I know for me, and this is something that has come up on here a lot of the times is like, I could say the same as you. I definitely want to be wherever God wants me to be, but I have a hard time knowing what that means. Like I could pray about something. All right, Lord, what do you want me to do? And I mean, if you're anything like me, it's not like there's a voice that comes out of heaven and says, Ryan, I want you to do, it just doesn't work that way. Right. So
there was just like an intercom in the back of your head. Just like,
Well, no, but
Hey,
then you might have
Ryan,
to,
you need to
yeah.
do this.
Then
Hey,
you might have to
Ryan, I
check
want you to go
yourself.
do this.
Then you might have to check in a loony bin though, because then it's like, you hear voices. So it's like you
Like,
got people like that too. But yeah, it's always been a fascinating thing to me. But because I know people that'll tell me flat out, like, "Oh, Ryan, I know for sure that God wants me doing this, or God wanted me to move here, or God wanted me to do this." I'm like, "Well, how? Like, how do you know for sure something like
yeah,
that? That just seems so finalized. It's like, I mean, yeah, we can pray, and then we can do things like, oh, well, the doors seem to be opening over here, or this guy called me out of the blue who I haven't talked to in 20 years, and he's like, hey man, I got this job opening and it just happens to be in the place you were praying about moving. Like, there's stuff like that maybe
yeah.
where you could be like, okay, well, yeah, maybe that's the way God's moving. But even then I couldn't say like, oh, 100% guaranteed this is exactly what that what he wants me to do.
Yeah,
So
and even then, it's like you don't really know until you look back like 5, 6 years later, and it's like, oh wow, God really did open doors.
right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the way I work too. It's usually in hindsight. I can look back and say, oh, look what God did. But
yeah,
usually in the moments, like in the actual decision making process, I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing most of the time. I'm trying my best because I was like you said, I'm like you. I don't want to go outside of God's will and do my own thing because that's never going to turn out good. So
mhm,
I would much rather be, in his part of his plan, even if it's not something I necessarily wanted to do. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
um,
And if
yeah.
you stay in His will, or try to at least,
Hmm.
uh, it's a lot less painful because it's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do God's will. I want to go do my own thing. That's when God grabs you from over there and slams you back into His will.
Yeah.
That hurts a lot more than if you would have stayed in
Right.
His will. Because if you
Right.
stay in His will, it's going to hurt. There's going to be suffering.
Yep.
There's going to be hard times. But it's a lot easier than if that happens,
Hmm. Hmm.
and a lot less like permanent life changing consequences.
Yeah, for sure.
So
So when you went to school in Wyoming, was your schooling there related to your work on the farm, or was it something different?
no, completely different. So
Okay.
the original plan was to go to Frontier School of the Bible for a year
Hmm.
and then go into a trade school like an electrician or HVAC, like
Okay.
that kind of thing. Probably electrician because we do all electric wells for our sprinklers. I should preference this. So our irrigation sprinklers aren't like lawn sprinklers.
Hmm.
They're well, you probably like Bakersfield. Bakersfield probably has a couple of them. Like the
Okay.
Valley irrigation sprinklers that are like 10 towers long. They got big old honking wheels on them and they walk in a circle. That's what we got.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we have all of our acreages are that.
Okay.
So a lot of 3-phase 480. And my thought was, well, we work with a lot of electricity. It would be super nice to be able to have an electrician on site and be able just to like do all of our own wiring, and then we never have to hire a electrician again and
Yeah.
save a whole bunch of money because instead of having to pay somebody
Yeah.
time and effort, labor, you just told me to go do it, and I'll go do it. And if I
Right.
accidentally zap myself, oh no.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's my own stupid fault for licking 2 wires that I shouldn't have licked.
Right. Right.
But
Okay.
no, but so that was the original plan, and then went to Frontier, was there for a year, and I'm like, okay, that's out of my system. I'm done. Met a lot of great people. Oh shoot, I need to call a couple actually. Oh, anyways,
Uh,
I haven't talked to a couple of them for a while. So
yeah. Yeah.
but kind of it's college problems.
Yeah.
But met a whole bunch of great people, and then was like, okay, I'm done, and then ended up going back 2 more years to finish out the program against my will.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it was one of the it was something like you were saying where it's like, so I didn't want to go back, and then just God drug me back. Doors opened,
Hmm.
didn't feel like, and I was like, fine, okay, whatever, I'll go back.
Yeah.
Um, Ended up finishing out the program, and it was good. I met a lot of good people.
Hmm.
It was very interesting. I didn't necessarily learn a lot from Bible school. Like I learned a lot of things, like especially the book studies. I learned a lot, but like the theology classes, I didn't necessarily learn a lot. It was more of expanding on things that I already understood, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know if why. It's just was what ended up happening.
Hmm.
And that's nothing against the system. Like they're like for cheap, Frontier's not bad.
Right. Right.
Now, granted, there's a couple other schools I'd recommend. Like a buddy of mine went down to Torchbearers in Estes,
Okay.
and that one was really cool because it's like 70 people and 70% of the student population is overseas.
Oh, wow.
So like you get every single flavor of Christianity that
Yeah.
and um yeah, it's like from what he's explained to me, it's like super cool because nothing against Frontier, but Frontier is a homeschooler high school.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, the whole bunch of homeschoolers that okay, most of them are pretty well adjusted, but there's
Mhm.
about 40% that aren't, and it just turns into high school 2.0, and it
Okay.
gets really frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Did you homeschool or were you?
I have the blessing of having all three. So I did homeschooling, public school, and then basically like a co-op slash private school kind of situation
Okay.
that we did.
What
So,
grades was that? Like when were you public schooled and like how did that?
so homeschooling, we were homeschooled K through, or I was homeschooled K through third or fourth grade, and
Mhm.
then went to that co-op slash private school
Okay.
from, no, it was third. So the private school was fourth through um freshman year, I think it was freshman year. And then sophomore was homeschooled again, and then junior, senior was public school.
Okay.
So it was, I don't know, public school. Homeschool, public school, the difference between the two. So I feel like sometimes a homeschooler, nothing against homeschoolers, but
Mhm.
homeschoolers have this terrible habit of not really knowing what's going on in the world. Like they don't understand, like they
Right.
get stigmatisms against the world, and then
Like
it's like,
too sheltered kind of thing.
yes, a super like even the non-sheltered ones are really sheltered. And I'll
Mhm.
admit I'm sheltered, like
Mhm.
to a certain extent. High school broke me of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I bet.
but it was but it's like the thing that really annoyed me, like for myself, and I even still deal with this today, is like okay, I'm gonna preference this. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I'm so wired in from homeschooling to drinking is bad, smoking is bad. If I see that, I'm like, oh no, get those people.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I wish I wasn't like that.
Hmm.
Like I'm a lot more well adjusted after high school, and I'm like, don't look at people quite like that anymore. Like it's like,
Hmm.
okay, I can be in a bar and not have any problems, like
Right.
getting food or something,
Hmm.
or at an event and they got drinking.
Right.
Um,
So you've overcome that in a sense to where you
yes,
don't look at people. You personally choose not to drink or smoke, but when
yes.
you see other people doing it, you don't instantly go, they're going to hell.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of homeschoolers are like that. Like
Sure.
it's just
Yeah.
like, and that's nothing against them. That's just,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. That's just hard for me because this is
Hmm.
like, and then they just don't understand like the way world works. I feel like sometimes, and I don't even know how the world works sometimes. So
Right.
it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black.
Hmm.
Um, but it's, I don't know. That's how I feel. But also, I'm just a dumb farmer from Nebraska, so I don't know anything. But no,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. Like homeschooling's good. Like I feel like
Yeah.
if I ever have kids, I'm going to have them homeschooled at least.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask because like,
Was at least a quarter of their
yeah.
education. Because the thing is, okay, so I would do at least half of their schooling homeschool, quarter to half of their schooling homeschooled because you have to instill in them the Christian
Mhm.
morals and the
Mhm.
and precepts. I mean, even and it's one of
Yeah.
those things of you have to trust them with Jesus because even if they don't turn out, if they end up straying from the path, well, okay, at least you have that I like in your head. Okay, I did everything. I led them to Christ.
Mhm.
like taught them everything. I did my full level best, and I'm trusting God with them.
Right.
And I don't know. I talk to a lot of people, and it seems to be you have to do that with kids a lot. It's just like God, I
Yeah.
trust them to you. I don't know what's going on. I need you to steer
Yeah.
them in the way, and I'm going to.
Yeah. I mean, you can, as a parent, you can only take them so far. I mean,
Yeah.
we raised all four of our kids Christian. Not all of them are currently believers.
Yeah.
You know, there's some that are definitely questioning things. I got one that's pretty angry and mad at God and everything else. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's we taught them everything we know. We raised them a certain way, but it doesn't mean that there's no guarantee that they're going to continue in that, because they're their
Yeah.
own individual people. They need to have their own faith. They need to, so, I mean, we hope as parents that all of our kids will follow the Lord, but
And
that's
all you
pretty
can
much
do at the end of the day is pray for their salvation
right.
and trust them to God. That's
Right.
that's,
Exactly.
that's all you can do.
Yep.
I mean, all you can realistically, the best you can do is lead them to Christ and hope that they learn. I don't know. That may not be the right thing, but yeah, but
Yeah.
just hope that that God brings them to Himself somehow.
Right.
And
Well, I think about myself. I pray that often. I say, Lord, just do to them what you did to me, because I didn't become a Christian until I was 24.
okay.
So, I mean, in fact, I hated Christians up to that point. I wanted nothing to do with them, and they're narrow-minded, one-way garbage and all that stuff. It's like I hated it with a passion, and he still reached me. So, I mean, I'm like, if you can reach me, you can reach anybody. So,
Exactly. I mean, I was watching this, or I heard the story about the Satanist, like this, like I don't remember. It was, I will admit, it was an Instagram reel. So, but
Yeah.
it was one of those Instagram pages, and it's like they had this like Satanist, and then it's like his conversion story, and it was like a very like 50-second highlight reel of his like his conversion story.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so it's like God can really reach to anybody, and it's very cool, I guess, when God does something like that. I guess
It's amazing. It's got more impact.
lovely, and it's just like, man, it really shows you that there is no depth of depravity God can pull you from.
Right.
Now, granted, it doesn't mean He will relieve you of the consequences of that said depravity, but
sure, yeah,
He will save you from that depravity, and then it just gives you more of a reason to want to go home, I guess.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like yearn for Christ's return.
Right. Right.
But, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so schooling. So at least half, because again, you have to instill in them the Christian morals and all that. And even if they don't end up living by that, at least the morality set. Like I believe we're so, part of the reason why this country is so great is because it's built on Judeo-Christian morals.
Right.
So like, and I think it was Jordan Peterson who said, even if you don't believe in Christ, you better live by the Judeo-Christian moral set, because it'll get you a long ways.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about the whole thing.
Well, there's been studies done that show that even if hypothetically God doesn't even exist, following the Judeo-Christian principles of life makes for a happier existence.
Yeah.
Right. So
the whole idea of living for something more.
Right. It gives people hope, and that's the problem with, like, I look at like in your generation now, a lot of the kids don't have that kind of foundation. They're hopeless. There's no point to anything. It's just you live however long all for yourself, and then you die someday and you become worm food. There's no afterlife. There's it's just this kind of mundane.
It's so depressing.
Tragic. Yeah, depressing. Exactly.
It's like the only reason why I enjoy some days is like, at least there's something more. One day I'll be free of this wretched earth suit and go home.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just, but it's some days I really do wish so wait, what were we talking about? I don't know. And then I guess I would have to talk to if I do marry, if I get a wife, I would have to talk to her about it, but at least 2 years in the public school system.
Okay.
Because you have to understand, I feel like you have to understand how truly depraved the world is. Because I remember up to sophomore year, I thought I had rose-colored glasses on about the world. Even some days today, I still have rose-colored glasses about the world, because Grant, Nebraska. Grant is 1,200 people. Okay. There is nobody there. Madrid's 200. So there's nobody. So needless to say, when I moved to Frontier, I was the most well-adjusted person there because Frontier is like 250 people, and it was perfect because I'm like, oh yeah, my people, my country. I know how this works. I could get away with murder if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
As long as you bury the body, good enough. But no, but even like so, like I didn't realize how depraved the world really was until I went to high school.
Yeah.
And like I walked in and a lot of the people, and so at that point I'd been going to like youth group and stuff, and there was some high schoolers there that went to the public school system, and I'm like, oh yeah, these people are pretty decent people.
Yeah.
And I still remember walking into, so my sophomore year, I took 2 classes at the public school. So then that way I was a little bit more adjusted when I went full time.
Sure.
And I remember walking in, like I think it was within the first 2 weeks, I realized these people are not what they portray. There is a huge disconnect between the people that they are at youth group and what they are at high school. And it was there that I started to learn, okay, there is a huge disconnect what I think about the world and how truly depraved the world is. And needless to say, that was rather aggressive. And those 2 years at high school were some of the hardest years of my life because I was an idiot. I had no filter. So whatever thought came to my head, I said, and needless to say, I talk a lot, and that got me in a lot of trouble.
Do you mean like you would call people out for their sin and stuff? You mean, or would you mean?
No, I would just say stupid crap.
Okay.
It was. I had a brain enough not to say that because I knew I'd really get in trouble with people. It would be more of the like, so there was this one girl, she was a little bit on the heavier side, and I think I may have called her fat. I don't remember. Like that's kind of stupid stuff. Like just calling spades.
Right, right.
So needless to say, I made enemies out of all the girls in my high school, but the dudes, I got along with most of the guys pretty well. And junior year was a little rough. I didn't really have any really good Christian friends that went to the public school, that weren't in high school. And then senior year was a lot, or no, it was, what year was that? No, it would have been, so sophomore year, I didn't really have any friends that were genuine Christians in the public school. So I had a lot of, and I would say sophomore, junior year, I really struggled with my faith. Even senior year, I really struggled with my faith until I went to Frontier, and then that kind of helped getting me back onto the right path.
Yeah,
I just realized that. So there's God at work again.
Sure.
So, but like, I mean, just like I would be sitting in Wood's class and like hearing their the other guys' weekend escapades. Yeah. And then you start to realize, oh, this world is not what I thought it was. This is really, really, I want Jesus to come back. I understand why Jesus has to come back. Jesus, please come back. End this suffering, end this nonsense.
Right. And you think that's important, like what you're saying is that was important for you to see that early on as opposed to maybe when you're in adulthood going out into the world.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So my opinion on it is what saved me in high school was my dad, honestly. Mm-hmm. So my dad, he's super biblically smart. He went to UNL. He almost became an ag teacher. Ended up, I don't remember what he ended up graduating with, but he ended up not getting his ag degree or ag teacher degree because he didn't want to deal with all the politics. Mm. So he's a really good teacher. He's the reason why I got a 90 in chemistry.
Wow.
So he loves chemistry. Anyway, side tangent, but he's super smart.
Right.
So like we had a lot of discussions, or just he's kind of the reason why I didn't really go off the deep end in high school.
Okay. When you were struggling with your faith, you mean you could go to him and he would kind of answer some of your questions, kind of deal? Okay.
Yeah, and that also he's an elder in the church board, so like I didn't exactly want to make him look like a fool, so that's
Right. Right.
so
Yeah.
that also helped too.
Okay.
Because it's 1,200 people in Grant, Nebraska, so if you do something dumb, word's going to get out at some
hmm
point what you did. So it was like kind of that performance mindset
Yeah.
also saved my bacon. But
Right.
no, but I did we did talk about a lot of things, and I don't know, he really helped me stay, even his example, I guess. And that, and also I worked a lot in high school, so that also saved my bacon.
hmm
Um,
Like on the farm, you mean, or like
yeah,
other
on the
places?
farm.
Okay.
So I mean, I've been working on the farm since I was like 10.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. That goes back to what I was saying about how cool I think that is, because you not only is it a family thing, but you start so young that it
Mhm.
builds a good work ethic to where you probably so used to that now that if you were to go out into the workforce off of the farm, you'd probably be the kind of employee that the employers would love to have on. They're like, man, this guy follows instructions, he works
Yeah,
hard, he cares about his job. To where a lot of the kids now are like, you want me to do what? Like,
yeah,
what do you mean? You want me to get off my phone? What are you talking about? Like, like they have this
yeah,
attitude where they think their employer owes them something. It's like, no,
mhm,
you're there to work.
yeah. You want food? You want that? You want a nice PlayStation? You got to
Right.
go work for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, but no, growing up, yeah, I think I first drove a vehicle when I was like 5 or 4.
Mm,
So I mean, like, and then I was driving tractors for harvests when I was 6 or 7.
yeah, that's so
So
cool.
like, so yeah, honestly, so if ideally, if I have kids, if I get married and if I have kids, I want them to grow up on a farm because, like you said, the work ethic. I mean, I at college, I just worked how I normally worked, and I got compliments, like 2 or 3 compliments, like from the guy I worked for while I was in college, and then also just some of the deans, just like, man, you just got a good work ethic. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. See?
I don't want you. I don't know what you mean, but
Right.
doesn't everybody work this hard?
No, no, they don't.
Yeah, see, that was the other thing. I didn't realize. See, and the thing is, like in our high school, like all of the kids were farmers
Mm,
or they had something. If they didn't work on a farm, they had their toes in ag somehow. So everybody at high school had a good work ethic, I would say.
okay.
A pretty good work
hmm
ethic.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
you
like,
said, sorry, so you said a few times, if you get married, if you have kids, is that something you desire or you just,
yes,
okay,
yes.
but you don't,
It's
you're just leaving it up to God because maybe
yeah.
he won't send the right one your way, or like, do you,
It's more well, okay. My opinion on the whole thing is, look, do I really want to get married? Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, there's just not a lot of, again, 1,200 people in Grant. There's no really, there's a lot of girls, none of them are worth their salt,
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Right.
And all the ones that are worth their salt are taken.
Mm,
So, or way too young, and it's like, no, 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 no.
right. Right.
Um, so yeah. So I mean, if God brings somebody along, sweet, awesome. But
Yeah.
if he wants me to be single, will it be hard? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've got to trust him that whatever happens, it's good for my good and for his glory.
Right.
And granted, that is very hard to believe some days.
Yeah.
Oh my word, I'm starting to realize half the Christian battle is believing that God actually is going to, like, everything is for my good, which means his glory. So it's like, okay, this is hard. But you know what? At least God, there's a purpose to this,
Yeah.
and it's not random suffering.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah, there is no random stuff. That's the whole thing, right? Even if we see it that way sometimes, but he
yeah,
has a reason behind it always,
yeah,
So,
yeah. So
mhm.
that gets a little interesting sometimes.
Okay.
But no, yeah, I'm really bad about. Yeah, this is like some people in my church. It's funny you say that because some people at my church are like, Josh, you're going to get married one day. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Well, because they're probably looking at statistically, most people do, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
very few
exactly.
people, even people that you know now that are maybe single, they probably were married at some point, right?
Or they're dating. it's
Or they're
like,
dating. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But even
So,
then, like I've listened to a lot of debates and I watched certain podcasts where they talk about this. Like even the 20 somethings that are big in the dating world, even when it's like the sleeping around world and they've had 100 partners or whatever the case is, there comes a point even with them, even though when they're 22 and they're like, no, this is the best life. I'm just having so much fun. This is great. And they believe that right then. But there's going to come a point down the road, I don't know if it's 28, 29, 30, where they're going to be like, you know what? This is not fulfilling.
yeah.
I want a mate. I want someone that I can share my soul with and my life and connect and grow old together, right? I think that's a desire that's in each of us, you know?
Yeah. It's that desire. I would argue it's that desire that God instilled in us.
For sure. Yeah.
Because marriage at the end of the day is just a picture of what the relationship God wants with us.
Bingo.
So it's
Yep.
that desire, that innate desire of like what you're saying, that permanent relationship.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I from what I've heard, it seems to be closer to like 26 to like 30, like kind of a
Mhm.
little sooner than what you're saying. But yeah,
Right. Right.
still though. But it is interesting, and I think it was actually Leah who made the point. It was like, sometimes people don't get married till like they're like average is like 30.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. Well,
So
that's
it's
true
like,
now, right? Because where 50 years ago it was way young. It was like 16, 17, 18.
yeah, like my
Right.
grandparents, they got married, oh gosh, I think they were 18,
Mhm.
18, 17, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, you graduate high school and then that's just what you do. You
Yeah,
marry
it's
your
like
high school
you
sweetheart.
found your
Yeah.
high school sweetheart and stuck a
Bingo,
ring
yeah.
on it, and there you
There you go.
off to the
Yeah,
races.
exactly. Right. And it seems like
But
there was a lot more success back then than there is now with marriages. Like the divorce rate is much higher now, even in the church, quote unquote,
yeah,
among Christians. And it's just like the whole view of marriage to me anyway has become more about your own personal happiness,
yes,
right? So
instead
they
of
get to a point,
sacrificial love.
correct. So they get to the point where they're like, well, I'm just not happy anymore. I need to trade her in and get a new one.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then they do that for 4 or 5 years, and the butterflies are there in the beginning. Oh, this is what I've been looking for. And 5, 6 years down the road, they're like, oh, I'm not happy anymore. I got to trade her in and get another one, and they just keep playing this game. It's like, that's not what marriage is supposed to be. You're not always going to be happy.
No, yeah.
That's just the reality of it,
Yeah. So one of my profs up at school made the point of, marriage, there's going to be some days in marriage that you're going to absolutely hate each other's guts.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't want to do life with anyone else.
Right.
Yeah. So it's,
Right.
and it's interesting. Like, I don't know, sometimes Jordan Peterson, I casually listen to Jordan Peterson sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I like Jordan P. He just started that new show that I've been listening to, the Answers one, where he call in. Have you heard that one?
No,
Yeah.
I did not hear
It's a
about
brand new podcast. There's only been like 4 or 5 episodes so far, but it's people call in and ask questions. And it's Jordan Peterson and his daughter Michaela, and they answer questions. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's called like Answering the Call or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty.
But yeah, that would be a super interesting podcast, though. The answers, though, that would.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, for sure. Out of curiosity, what other podcasts do you listen to?
So PUD, what's your Patrick Bet-David podcast?
Okay.
I listen to that one for mostly news. That one, I don't know. I used to listen to a lot of like Steven Crowder and a lot of the like Daily
Okay.
Wire, and it just
Yeah.
got so one-sided, I guess. Not negative, just really
one-sided.
one-sided.
Yeah. Right.
Like it was just always like super, like nothing against Daily Wire. Daily Wire is pretty good, but like Steven Crowder, like he's good, but he's like
Yeah.
super right.
Right.
And like I agree with some of his points, but some of his other points are just like, I don't know if I
Mhm.
agree with this.
Mhm.
And Patrick Bet-David, it's really cool because it's a panel,
Okay.
and everybody gives their opinion. So
Okay.
you got like 5 guys, and one's Jewish, 2 are Christian, no, 3 are Christian, one's Jewish.
Okay.
So you get a super, and most of them are all right. They're all right guys, but they have different guests on and stuff. Like sometimes it's super left leaning guys, and
Yeah.
it's always it's a very fun, structured, not very chaotic.
Okay.
Not chaotic. That's the wrong word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a super laid back, interesting look at the news, and that's what I like to listen to. And
Yeah, I prefer the ones that aren't. Obviously, everyone's going to have a bent, right? Like you said, you
Yes.
listen to Daily Wire. they're all conservatives, they're all right leaning, but they're going to have different, like even like Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh will disagree on lots of things. Like they'll do the
Yeah.
funny little debates over Lord of the Rings, or to where Matt Walsh will say it's a terrible movie and Ben Shapiro's like it's the best movie ever, and that's kind of funny to listen to, and I like that they disagree on stuff. But I at least want the whole news reported.
Yes.
That's what I appreciate. I don't want any news source that's going to say, let's say it's a conservative news source, and they're going to be like, okay, all this bad stuff just came out about Trump. We're not going to report on that because we don't want to make Trump look bad. I'm like, no,
Mhm.
you report on everything, right? You
Yeah.
let us decide who looks bad and who doesn't. Give us
Mhm.
all the information. Don't give us video clips. Give us the whole video so we can make our own decision on what really happened in
Yes.
that thing. I'm get so tired of that. They'll show one little clip. Let's say, here's an example. They'll show a clip of a cop beating up a guy. And that's all they show. And all of America's rioting. They're all upset, blah, blah, blah. All these reasons, all this. Well, then 2 months later, the whole video comes out and you see that the guy ran at the cop with a gun pointed at him, right? Like
Yeah.
you see why the cop was beating up the
Yeah.
guy. And that changes everything, But the
Hmm.
first video just makes it seem like this guy was just whistling, walking through the park, and the cop jumped out of a bush and started beating him up for no reason, And that's kind of the
Yeah.
viewpoint that America gets based on that one video. It's like, that's so misleading, you know?
Yeah. And so it's infuriating. And
Right.
it's so, and it's frustrating for me because it would be fun to listen to more left-leaning stuff. But
Hmm.
the problem is, like what you said, they only show that 5-minute segment of, oh yeah, black certain race
Yeah.
was shot today by white officer. Black
Right.
man got shot by officer. Or
Yeah.
black woman got shot by officer for
Yep.
no reason.
For no reason.
Let's burn half of California down and the East Coast down for no
Right.
reason. And then,
Right.
like you said, a month and a half later comes out. Body
Yeah.
camera footage comes out.
Yep.
And like some other views of it came out, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, no, this person had a knife and they were charging the officer and tasers did not work and this was
Right.
the only option they had.
Right.
And it's so frustrating because it only seems like center to right sources only do that.
Hmm.
And it's super frustrating because it's like, I don't know. And then it's, yeah. But then and that's the one nice thing about, and I guess another problem I have with, like Steven Crowder is he does give you this news stories, but then it's like 30 minutes of his opinion
Right.
and just his opinion.
Right.
And one nice thing about the Patrick Bet-David podcast is it's 2 hours,
Mhm.
but they'll go through 15 or 20 different stories, and each person has 5 minutes. Each one on the panel
Okay.
has 5 minutes with their story.
And are they allowed to
then-
interrupt each other, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's always banter.
Okay.
There's always banter.
Can you spell his last name for me?
Give me. So it's Bet, like betting.
Okay.
Bet David. He's
Bet.
Iranian.
Bet David. Okay.
So
I'm
he's
not sure. I've never heard the name, but I wonder if I saw his picture, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen clips of that guy before.
So he just did one. He just did a Jubilee thing. So he's an insurance.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah. So he just
That's
did
my favorite show right now. The Surrounded, where they got the chairs all around.
Yes.
And
So
I love it.
he's super capitalist.
Okay.
He is awesome. He owns like 2 or 3 different insurance companies.
Okay.
Brilliant guy. And he just did one. So it's one capitalist surrounded by 25 socialists.
Mm.
And it just came out last week, I think.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen them all except
So I haven't had a chance to watch it. I really do want to watch it.
Okay.
It's just with work and stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily have time to fire up a YouTube video.
Right. Have you seen all the ones prior to that?
No. I watched a little bit of Shapiro's. I watched a little bit of I started watching Jordan Peterson's.
Okay.
And there was another one I watched. But the surrounded concept is brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
Like,
yeah.
Love it.
And I feel like they're unbiased, that group that puts out with Straight Arrow News, because if you notice, they'll come in with the fact checks when the people are talking, and they're spot on. Like they're not biased one way or the other.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because they were talking about that on the podcast, Bet David's thing, because like a lot of the guys, so it's Patrick Bet David, Adam, I don't remember his last name. Adam's the Jewish guy, and then there's another guy on there. I just completely forgot his name. Anyways, so they're all three. He's Syrian. The other guy was Syrian.
Okay.
Syrian Christian. Vinny, that's his name. So
Okay.
they were all three at that thing, and it was they got talking with the Jubilee guys, or somehow came out that a
Hmm.
lot of the Jubilee's base is like left, and they were getting mad at Jubilee that they weren't having more left. Like, so
Really?
the surrounded person was more left, and then yeah, so it's like they were getting a little mad about that.
Okay.
They explained on the podcast, and this is like a week old information, and my brain does not retain information. So this is Josh's recollection. So take
Yeah.
it about 2 tons of metric salt or 2 metric tons of salt.
Yeah.
But basically they were like, yeah, well, we want left people on, but the left people want scripted questions.
Mm. So they
And
can
not
prepare.
yes.
Yeah, because they're not able to come up with stuff on the fly.
Yes.
Okay.
A debate on the fly. And it's
Yeah.
so it's very so yeah, but I agree with you. It is very the
Yeah.
Jubilee stuff is very cool to watch, and I feel like a lo- it's a very interesting concept that
Hmm.
does the more conservative values good,
Right.
because it's like okay, and then it also kind of shows out like the stupidity of some of the people like left like socialist people,
Oh,
like the
for sure.
stupidity, and then
Oh,
also
for
like the
sure.
stupidity of the system because they were
Yes.
so there was one. So they were reviewing the episode the I was listening to on the podcast. They were talking about that Surrounded,
Hmm.
and they there was this one girl who swore up and down she's mentally disabled.
Hmm.
And Bet David made the offer to her, "Hey, look, I will pay for you to go get all this like the see. I'll pay for you to go see other psychiatrists or something like that."
Hmm. Yeah.
Or get the help that she needs. And he's pretty well off. And
Hmm.
she's like, well, yeah, of course I'll take it. It's free. I'm a socialist, whatever. And he's like, one stipulation, you have to go see a psychiatrist that I choose.
Mm.
And she had a meltdown
Yeah, I
where she
bet.
freaked out, flipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, and he made the point of it's so stupid because her parents and or the psychiatrist that her parents took her to programmed her to think she was mentally disabled. And he made the
Mm.
point of, I guarantee you, she wasn't mentally disabled. She had just grown up thinking that way.
Yeah. See,
And
that's a brilliant point because a lot of the youth now is being brought up to think everything is a mental disorder.
yes,
For
when
sure. Yeah.
like I see, and I have ADHD.
Right.
I admit that. Do I have ADHD moments where I completely walk into a room, completely forget what I'm doing, and then get distracted on something else?
Right.
Or I'm doing a project, forget how to do the project, and then like wander off and start another project? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
it's just quirks of my nature, and it's just I have to work on that.
Right.
But like you said, everything's a mental illness, and it's like no,
Yeah.
it's not a mental illness. It's called you think that way, and your brain is being programmed that way,
Right.
and now you're just following. So you're using that as a crutch instead of getting outside and touching grass and working.
Right. Right.
So
100%. I mean, it came to fruition to me when our oldest child is 27.
okay,
She's 26 or 27. But when she was going to community college, it was, oh, that must have been 7, 8 years ago or whatever. It was right when Trump was elected the first time. Okay, so 2016.
That's almost 10 years ago now.
16, 20. Okay, it's 10 years ago.
Isn't
Or maybe
that crazy?
it's nuts, dude. It's again back to how fast time goes.
It's like yeah, 2016. Oh yeah, that's like 3 years ago. And it's like
Yeah, it's like nope.
crap. No, it's like
But
I find an artist.
It must have been something he said or he did that they didn't like because I'm in California, so we're obviously very, very liberal, very left leaning area.
My condolences.
Yeah, I know. But the weather sure is nice.
That's true.
But
That's true.
so they had said something, and she had come home from class, and this is just community college, by the way. This is before she was even at university, and she came home and she was like, "Yeah, the teacher had everyone. We all had a safe space today. We didn't have to do any work because she gave us time to really to think and feel about the actions that were taken by and it's like, and it was something, in my opinion, it was something dumb. It wasn't like the president had just like walked through the streets of New York and gunned down 400 people or something.
No, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like he said something that that gave them the sads, it made them, they didn't like it. It hurt their feelers, and it's like, really, I mean, that's like such a, and I get criticized for saying this, but it's just true. Like, we have become such a weak, pitiful society now, to where every little thing offends us so much that we need a safe space. We need years of therapy to get over the fact that somebody had an opinion that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
It's like, really? That's what we come to? Like, it's nuts.
I feel like, it's so, we have been coddled so much. Like,
yes, coddled. That's exactly the word I was looking for. Yes.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we're going to snap back at some point. And I think my generation is starting to snap back to us.
They are.
Some of us are. And maybe the next generation was even going to snap back harder.
Right.
Of realizing the plight that we're in now. I mean, with the housing market the way it is, the way that everything is, you have to, it is literally, you want food, you got to work for it.
Right.
The whole idea of soft times create soft men create hard times. That I'm not saying it right, but that phrase is starting to come true again in our generation. And like, the people who are going to be coddled are rich enough that they can be coddled for the rest of their lives, but everyone else is going to have a snap back to reality, and we're going to be like, okay, we're gonna, it's going to work out eventually. Eventually, that or Christ is going to come back. One of the two.
One or the other, right? Which, hey, some people are saying that's this month, man. I don't know if you heard that, but they're saying September, I think the 20th, September 20th. Some of the, some of the people that I call wackadoodles, they're the ones that are kind of spouting out. Because, I mean, every year it happens. Somebody's, this is the exact day. And then it doesn't happen. And they go into hiding. And
have their dogs murdered. Because they're like, I don't want my dog to be go through the rapture and starve to death. So I'm going to put her down.
Right. But, I mean, what was it Harold Camping back in the 2000? It was in the early 2000s, and
okay, so it would have been way before I would have remembered.
Right. Well, yeah, but he was basically saying, this is the date, this is the date, this is the date. He had all his followers were selling their houses, selling and putting all the money into marketing to let everyone know that this is when the Lord's coming back so that they can prepare, right? And all these people sold everything they owned and they had nothing. And then the day came and went. And I think he did it like 2 or 3 times. He's like, no, I was wrong. It's this day, like a week later. Here's why my calculations were wrong. And he did that like 3 times until he finally said, like, I was wrong, which to his credit, I was wrong. I should have never tried to guess the day.
At least he came out and said that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And the guy was like in his 90s, I think, when all that went. And he's gone now. But I mean, it was just like,
no wonder why he did it. He was in his 90s.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
He was gonna kick that rock here pretty quick anyway. Right. So
he's like, either way, I'm out of here. Either the Lord comes back or I'm just gonna die. So one of the other.
Might as well have some fun. But no, I don't know. I don't remember if you remember this, but a big stink was last year. They were saying that last year, and then there was one in like 2020, if I remember right. I don't know. I've just gotten to the point where I don't believe it anymore.
No, why would we?
Okay, so my whole idea is, okay, Jesus said we're not going to know. He doesn't even know when it's going to happen.
Right.
And funny enough, we just went through this in Guys Devos, and we're going through Luke right now. Me and a couple of my friends are going just have our own Devos, and we were going through Luke, and we went through that section. And what hit me was that how many times? I mean, they've been doing this ever since Christ came back. I mean, they thought Nero was the Antichrist. They thought, I guarantee you, they thought Trajan and like all the emperors that tortured them were. Like Marcus Aurelius and all of them, they for sure and for certain they were the Antichrist. And so it doesn't. They've been saying this for like. Now I have to collect my thoughts. So Jesus says that he always makes a stink. It's very interesting that we can watch the weather, but we don't know the times we're in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, calls the Pharisees out first part of Luke, and it's like you tell when the sky is red, you know that it means this, and if the sky is this color, you know it means this, but yet you do not know the coming of the Son of Man or something like that. That's the Josh abridged version. So, and then he says the same thing once he during the week, his triumphal week before his death. He's
Hmm.
like he's making all these points about um that you don't know when I'm going to come back. No,
Right.
but there's going to be signs. And my opinion is, look, we got to watch. We're going to be, you're stupid if you don't watch the signs and like keep an eye open and be like,
Mm.
oh, that's interesting that that's happening. Oh, that's interesting. But it doesn't, and we need to watch and wait for it because he also says the parable of the 10 virgins who
Yeah.
have the oil and waiting
Hmm.
for the bachelor or the groom
Right.
to come. Um, you have to you have to be watchful and vigilant, but at the same time, oh, you know what? Actually, I just remembered. Best way to put it: live like Jesus is coming back this very hour, but plan like he's not coming back for another 70 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm at. It's just like,
Hmm.
okay, oh, it's interesting that prophecies are coming true. Oh, cool. Probably won't anything. Nothing will probably happen of it, but
Yeah.
hope it something happens of it.
Yeah. I mean, what I always tell people is, look, it's more important that you make sure you're going when the rapture
Yes.
happens than when the rapture's happening. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're not going anyway,
Yeah.
So that's prepare
Yeah.
yourself, and it could be tomorrow, it could be 50 years from now. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So just sit back, relax.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
sit back and relax. Well, more accurately, sit back, work,
Yeah.
follow Christ, do what he
Yeah.
wants, and just watch and wait,
Yeah.
I guess.
Have a
That's
Coke
just
and a smile, you know?
bingo. Have a Coke and a smile. I
There
like
you go,
that. I
man.
might steal that.
All right, you want to switch gears and get into some music discussion?
Oh, yes, sure
All
thing.
right.
Absolutely.
You a music guy or not so
Oh,
much?
yes, love music.
Okay,
If I'm
very
not
cool.
listening to podcasts, I'm listening to music.
Me too.
So,
Yeah, I have an earbud in 24/7 all the time,
oh,
and it's
yes,
either
that
music
is.
or podcasts. Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
sometimes that's the only way to keep the brain working correctly.
Yeah, yeah. And thankfully, I have a job where I'm allowed to have that in. So
Oh, that's lovely. That is so nice.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, I love farming because I can always just have like an earbud in or something,
yeah,
like, and
yeah.
just listen to music or podcasts.
Right,
But
right.
it's super nice for
Um,
driving sometimes, though.
oh, for
Just
sure.
like,
But see, I have to listen to certain kinds of music when I drive because
oh,
there's pretty much every genre of music I can find something within that I enjoy.
hmm
But there's certain ones I can't like. I love classical music and that kind of
yeah.
thing, but there's no way I can listen to that while I'm driving because it's going to put me to
Oh,
sleep. I need something either upbeat and real fast beat or something really like speed metal or something that's really like
yes.
something that's going to pump me up a little more, especially if I'm
hmm
driving like late at night or whatever. But like, what's if you had to pick one genre of music
Ooh,
that would be your favorite, would you be able to do that?
no.
No. Okay.
So I make a joke that I listen to it's one part Christian to one part country to one part rock/metal
Okay.
with about 3 tablespoons of pop, a teaspoon of folk, and
Okay.
no, not probably two part well, let's see here, one part country, one part Christian, one part rock/metal, and
Mhm.
then probably a teaspoon of pop and about a tablespoon of folk.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I mean, I listen to a lot of other weird things.
Yeah.
Like I listen to, like sometimes listen to funk, or I'm not a huge classical person.
Okay.
Growing up, mom would always turn on, when we were homeschooling, she would turn on classical music to get up because me and my brother, well, he has
Mhm.
88 ADD, and then
Okay.
I have ADHD, so I have the high definition version.
Oh, you had to one up him.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Somehow I had one up him somehow. Um, so
Mhm.
so growing up, we listened to classical music while we did homework or schoolwork, and
That's supposed to make you smart, man. And they'd say even when
it
you're
drove
pregnant, you're
me up.
supposed to play that.
It drove me up a wall. I couldn't
Oh,
stand it.
really?
Oh, it
Oh,
was so bland. It was just like so I can't stand
okay.
it now. Like I understand how people like it. Like
Yeah.
I listen to some things now, and I have an appreciation for it,
Hmm.
but you won't catch me listening to it. Like I
Okay.
won't go out my way to listen to it, kind of deal.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like when I was in college, there was a guy from Vietnam, no, Vietnam or China. I think it was Vietnam.
Okay.
Anyways, No, South Korea. That's what it was. South Korea.
Okay. Okay.
One of the Asian countries. Anyway, so he had been playing piano since like he was like 4. And
Mm.
he does competitions and all this stuff anyways, and he saved. Super neat guy. Actually got a couple piano lessons from him when I was in college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like online or?
He was there. So my senior year, they were there second semester.
Oh,
so I got
crazy.
some lessons from him.
Okay.
Ended up not continuing the lessons because of homework load, and I wish I
Mhm.
would have stayed.
Yeah.
Dumb decisions you wish you
Yeah.
would have gone and fixed.
You
But anyways,
enjoy playing piano?
no.
Okay.
I when I was younger, I tried to learn it. Uh, got bored of it, quit. Tried to pick it up again. I wish I would have stuck with it, but I didn't.
Mm.
One of the dumbest decisions I ever made. Piano is my opinion of it is piano is a very beautiful instrument. Same thing
Mhm.
with violin.
Yeah.
Like, one song that's like, so I feel like a good melancholy violin will blow anything out of the water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So for my point, um, just leaving, or I Can Still Make Cheyenne by George Strait.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
or Someday by Zach Bryan.
Mm.
Someday by Zach Bryan has a beautiful, I feel like it's beautiful. People will probably disagree with me.
Yeah.
It has a beautiful violin in it. And it's just so melancholy. And it's just like,
Yeah.
so perfect. So perfect.
Okay.
That's one instrument I wish I would have learned. But
Yeah.
I made the stupid decision and got into guitars.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You play guitar
So,
still?
yeah. So I haven't really been learning because, again, this summer is weird and I'm trying to get my pilot's license. So
Oh,
that's kind of
okay.
got shoved to the back burner. But I still
Okay.
try to play. And yeah, guitars are lovely. I like guitar.
Yeah.
It's nice because you could just take it anywhere.
Right.
Well, acoustic anyway.
Do you play more acoustic or do you play more like heavy stuff?
I play more with my electric. So, mostly because I made a stupid decision and built out a pedal board, an effects
Mm.
board.
Okay.
So now I have to justify playing that.
Yeah.
But I
That's
do
a
play
good that's a good decision if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except for when you look at the price tag.
Oh.
This is like, yeah, people
Yeah.
grab the board. Like, so it's really funny. Like I feel like it's a lot of stuff. It's for old music. Like, so music, you don't appreciate the music until you learn an instrument and then you hear another instrument played. And it doesn't matter how good you can play that instrument. You appreciate it more because you can like hear the small things.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like I'll go back and listen to country music that I listened to growing up, like Alabama.
Mm.
I grew up on Alabama. That was
Okay.
actually the only country band I was allowed to listen to growing up.
Really?
Yes.
Usually
So,
country's pretty mild as
especially
far
that
as
old
content.
stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like back in the when you were growing up, what, in the 2000s?
Yeah, 2000s.
Okay. Okay.
So we grew up, it was kind of funny. So we listened to mostly Christian, but we
Mhm.
were allowed to listen to Christian rock. So like TFK, you're looking at like Thousands of the Stretch,
Mm-hmm.
Toby Mac, old Toby Mac.
Mhm.
Oh, best Toby Mac, old Toby Mac.
What's the best? What's the best? What do you mean? How old? Like the
Anything,
Momentum album?
a Momentum, Ignition, or Soundwave, whichever one's got Booming and Ignition on it.
Okay.
And then the one that's got Whoopsie Daisy and Catch Fire.
Oh, Diversity.
Diversity album.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Diversity. Oh,
Yeah.
great album.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tonight's really good. I
Mhm.
feel like after Tonight or that gray area on Eye on It,
Yeah.
he started to go more techno, and he's still good.
Yeah,
I feel like he's
yeah.
still good today. Like,
But see, that song, Eye on It, the part, and people think I'm crazy, but maybe I know it's just me, but I'll share it with you anyway. That part where Britt Nicole comes in, and it's so small, it's at the very end. She's hardly even in the song.
I didn't
It's
know
at the
this. Okay.
Yeah, like the very end where it's like the Eye on It, and you hear that.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
female
yeah, yeah, yeah,
vocalist.
yeah.
That gives me chills every time I hear it. It's like 10 seconds long. It's not even a huge part of the song, but her vocal is so powerful that I'm like, dude, that just makes the whole song for me.
Oh,
The
I know
rest of it's good, but like that's the moment. It's like, that's so cool. And my wife's like, it's like 10 seconds of the song. I was like, I know, but it's worth it to wait to get there.
See, it's like the solo on Black Betty by Spider-Bait. I mean,
Right.
like it's like that's the whole reason why you listen to the song.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So,
yeah.
but no,
So anyway, back to Toby Mac. You said Toby Mac is a big one.
Toby Mac, Petra.
Yeah.
Petra is another one we're allowed.
Okay. That's real old school.
Oh yeah. So I think that's where my love of like 80s music comes from, 80s, 90s music.
Sure.
Or my deep appreciation for it.
Yeah.
So I grew up listening to Petra, a little bit of Stryper, not a whole lot of Stryper. I wish I would have listened. I thought Stryper was weird growing up. I don't know what I was thinking. Now that I go back and listen to some more Stryper stuff, I'm like, Josh, you goof.
Yeah. Well, they're a little too like kind of glam bandy in a sense, and that there's a point where Petra kind of becomes that too.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of prefer more of the early Petra, where it sounds kind of like classic rock kind of style. That's my favorite kind, like the first 2-3 albums by Petra, I think.
Okay. To be completely honest, I couldn't tell you which ones like where the I just love Petra because it's a nostalgia band.
Sure.
So like, oh man, but so I don't know the order. So I'll take your word for it.
Well, if you kind of look them up, you'll see that they've had a rotating vocalist group. Like there's probably been 4 or 5 different lead vocalists for that band since its inception up until now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So that's always going to change the sound.
I knew they changed hands once. So there was I don't remember when they switched. But one guy quit, and then my dad always made the joke. Yeah, the guy who ended up taking over looks like Jesus, like he could play the part of Jesus. Nice. I don't remember his name though, but I just grew up listening to like "Hit Where You Live," Destiny, the Destiny album, the one with the windmill on it. I don't remember that one.
Yep.
And then what was the other albums? The Petra Praise album.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Grew up with that. Still I think that's still my favorite Praise album I'll ever listen to.
Okay.
So I actually got in trouble at school listening to that album while I was cleaning dishes.
Why?
Because that's all we would play. When I had the con, that's all I would play because I was like, let's see how far. Because you weren't exactly allowed to play rock, but you were allowed to play praise music. So I was like, well, it's praise rock. So let's push that envelope and see how far we can get it.
There you go. That's smart. It's very smart.
Needless to say, that's all I played while we were doing our dish duty at college. And eventually the kitchen staff got mad and said, you're not allowed to play that anymore.
Because they were tired of it, or because
because that's all I play. I just put that album on shuffle and just let it go. But
that's awesome. Do you get to see any shows where you're at? Like, have you seen Toby Mac live or anything?
I went to. So he was in Grand Island at the Nebraska State Fair for the Eye on It tour.
Okay.
And I barely remember. That was a really fun concert. That was the first time I saw a zebra.
Saw a zebra?
Yeah, a zebra. I'd never seen a zebra before that point, and they had one in a corral there at the State Fair.
Like at a petting zoo?
Yeah, not quite that, but I mean, it's just no, Sarah. I think they had a camel. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but that was the first time I ever saw a zebra. I was like, "Yo, a zebra!" The things. What's year? I would have been 12. What year did that album come out? 2010, 2012?
Yeah, I think 2010 sounds about right.
I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah, that was that concert was amazing, and I love that concert.
Yeah, 2012 it came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that amazing. Love that concert's awesome. I've been to a Skillet concert 2 or 3 times. Oh, that was another one we were allowed to listen to growing up. Skillet.
Okay.
Yep.
Skillet. Yeah. So Skillet was the first concert I saw after getting saved. So
really?
Yeah, there was a couple of bands I saw live that were Christian bands that I saw before I was a Christian. Like I saw Dogwood. I don't know if you're familiar with Dogwood. They're a Christian punk band, but I saw them play before I was saved.
Maybe.
They're Southern California. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, if you're into punk rock, it's probably the best Christian punk rock band you'll ever hear because their lyrics are so unashamedly in your face Christian and they're so deep. So you should definitely check them out if you have never heard them.
Dogwood, you said?
Dogwood, yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, they're
Oh
from
no, I'm
San
thinking
Diego.
Dogman. I'm thinking Dogman. Never mind.
Oh,
There-
Dogman, the book series?
No, 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 no. It's either a song, and now
Oh,
I have to look
really?
this up. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's I think it's by King's X, maybe. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
I don't. It's a song that my buddy
Okay.
recommended. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
man.
King's X. That's what I was thinking of. King's X.
Okay.
That's the only song. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you said that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I,
That's awesome.
complete squirrel. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no, no problem. When we saw Skillet, they played the free concert here at Midstate Fair in Paso Robles, which is,
Oh really?
yeah, it was they have a free Christian music night every year. In fact, this year we just went and saw Jordan Feliz. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yes, 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 yes.
So
He's very good too.
yeah, he put on a great show. But I remember seeing Skillet. I was a brand new believer. I'd only been saved for maybe a couple months tops.
Oh really?
But
Okay.
they put on. It was right after the Alien Youth album had come out, so they hadn't really hit the big, because they're pretty big now. Like almost everybody's heard of Skillet at this point.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then, they were just kind of big on the local Christian radio station. They had some hits on there, but
Hmm.
great show. It was totally, totally awesome. And I'm still a big fan of them
Yeah,
today. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They're awesome. They do good
Hmm.
work.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I've seen them 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
Estes.
wow.
So back when Elige's in Denver was still open,
Okay.
I went and saw them there, and then there
Okay.
was feel like there was another time I saw them live, and then they had a show at Scotts Bluff,
Mm.
with Hills or with shoot, I just forgot what that concert was. The music it was a music festival there at Scotts Bluff, and Jordan Felice was actually there like two
Oh,
years ago.
okay. Okay.
I pulled a stupid and didn't go to that one. I should have went to that one.
Mm.
Actually, funny enough, I had a opportunity to be a security guard on that
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah, the one that Jordan Felice was at, and
Yeah.
I pulled another missed opportunity. I
Yeah,
pulled a
because
stupid.
that's probably the best time to be a security guard at a show is when it's a Christian show because the fans
Yeah,
are mostly Christians. You probably don't have to worry about a whole lot.
yeah, exactly.
So
The only thing you have to worry about is somebody getting a little excited about seeing an artist. It's like, okay,
yeah.
buddy, chill. Um, take a chill
Yeah.
pill.
Right, right.
No, but yeah, that was yeah, I pulled a stupid on that one and then didn't end up doing it.
Okay. How far of a
But
drive is that to that place?
from Scotts Bluff,
Yeah.
it's 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Depends on how fast. No, it's 2 hours 10 minutes, depending on how fast you go.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So no, but that was back when I was still going to college. So
Oh, in
that was like
Wyoming.
40. Yeah, so that
Okay.
was like 45 minutes.
Okay.
But no, so should have went to that Jordan Felice concert and
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's sheer then went to the Skillet one,
Hmm.
and then I'm trying to think what other bands I've went to.
Do you have a favorite all-time live show that you can think of that was the best ever live?
Probably that Skillet one.
Okay. Okay. Which tour was
Mostly.
that? Do you know what album?
That one was their newest one, the one in
Okay.
Scotts Bluff.
Okay.
So mostly because we were like 50 foot from the stage in the mosh pit,
Oh,
or
nice.
what constitutes as a mosh pit at a Christian concert.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it was needless to say, me and a buddy got on each other's shoulders and like we're goofing off during Monster. So
Okay. Nice.
it's like
Nice.
okay, dude, we're getting on our shoulders.
Yeah.
Like I'm either getting on your shoulders or you're getting on my shoulders, and we're going to rock out during
Yeah.
Monster. So we did that, and we didn't get caught by security.
There you go.
So
You gotta
Eli
go,
Young
you know.
Band. Eli Young Band is a
Okay.
concert that I went to here in
Okay.
Grant. They came through. That
Eli
one was
Young.
Crazy Girl. It's like okay, so Crazy Girl, that's a good one.
Okay.
We got another song.
Are they
It was like-
newer?
no,
Okay.
early 2000s,
Oh,
I
wow.
think.
Eli Young Band. I've never even heard of that.
It's a country band. They had some bangers back in the day. Love Ain't, that's another good one. Even If It Breaks Your Heart, that's another
Okay.
one that's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
I like hearing new stuff to check out on here, so that's just really cool.
So they went to their concert, and then that one also had it's Allen something. Court Allen or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't remember his first name, but Cody Allen, maybe? No. He's starting to get up there, but he's still pretty small stuff.
Okay.
Could have gone, went to that one. That one was really good. Actually so that's where we started doing me and my buddy started doing the on each other's shoulders thing.
Okay.
And we actually got called out by the security at that concert. It's like, yo, bro, get off each other's shoulders. We don't know if you're drunk or not. We don't want you doing something stupid.
Man.
that was a really good concert.
Okay.
I don't know. I grew up. So when I was 13, that's when I started getting into more country stuff and like metal, rock, more diversifying from Christian only. And then that was when that song, or when it was going through, how old? Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's 2011 is when Crazy Girl came out.
Okay.
So it must have been 2 years after that, and it just started going on the radio again. And that's when I started listening to that. So that song's more of a nostalgia song. And then, so grew up listening to Christian, mostly rock, allowed to listen to Alabama. That was pretty much the only non-Christian stuff that and Johnny Horton. I don't know if you know who Johnny Horton is.
Yep.
Listen to that on an old cassette tape.
Yeah.
That we still have. It's actually in one of the pickups, I think. But so those are both really old nostalgic things for me.
So as you started to kind of start breaking into secular music, were your parents upset about that, or did they not care so much? Or
we were 12, 13, and it was one of those things of I think it was kind of like the whole thought of earlier of making sure the Christian morals were there, and then like, okay, they can listen to whatever they want as long as it's not like rap, like bad rap. I mean, like we listened to like Tadashi. There was a phase where we went through Tadashi,
like Christian rappers.
Yeah, like Family Force 5, kind of that.
I remember Family Force 5.
Oh yeah, good times. Like that kind of stuff, kind of that weird rap era, and Lecrae. That was another one.
Yeah, I love Lecrae.
Oh,
so they were more concerned about the content of the music than they were whether it was secular or Christian.
Yes. And then, so once I got to, I think I was 12. I vividly remember this. So there was an archery. So the local camp put out this archery night, and me and my dad went, and I was shooting archery on the way back. Dad's like, "You want to listen to some music?" I'm like, "Of course, Dad, I want to listen to some music." And he proceeds to start playing ZZ Top and AC/DC and like all those like that stuff. And I'm like, geez, I didn't know my dad was cool like that.
Nice.
So we listened to AC/DC's Sharp Dressed Man, Foreigner, Jukebox Hero, and is it Ice? Or which one is it by them? Cold as Ice.
Oh,
and,
Foreigner,
that whole Foreigner thing. And then I was like, dang, I didn't know my dad was cool. And after that point, we were kind of allowed to listen to whatever we wanted, again, as long as it wasn't terrible lyrics.
Right.
And then once we got into high school, it was kind of like, okay, you listen to whatever you want.
Right. They didn't care at that point? Like your freshman in high school, you could listen to Eminem and they wouldn't care?
Yeah, I didn't listen to it, though.
Okay.
Nothing gets Eminem. There's only like one song by him, and I don't even remember what song it is that I like.
Okay.
I'm just not a huge.
Probably Lose Yourself.
Well, yeah, probably Lose Yourself.
That's the one everybody,
Yeah. It's just I'm not a huge rap person.
Okay.
Just personally, I mean, Lecrae, I listen to sometimes, and then Tadashi once in a while. And
is it when you say you're not a big fan of rap? Is it more the sound or is it more the content that you're not a fan of? Like,
sound.
Okay.
Sound.
It's just not your favorite. Okay.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And some of the metal that I listen to, I know that isn't, or rock that like Sabaton. That's not some people's tea. I don't understand why they don't like learning about history in a musical setting, but that's just me. No. So, and then and then about that time we started, my brother, he got his learner's permit. So I went with him to go check pivots. And then we would just fire up the country radio station because we have 4 country radio stations and 1 rock station. And and then we started listening to a lot of country. So what's your Wasted Time by Keith Urban.
Mm.
That's a song that was on the radio at that point. Granger Smith was one of his first albums came out around that time.
Yeah.
So like a lot of newer country, and that's what got me started on country, which is really funny
Okay.
because my brother hates country.
Still?
Now, well, now
really?
he hates it, but
Okay.
back then we loved it.
Okay, funny.
So started getting into more of that new country stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
How do you feel
and
about kind of like the country rap kind of stuff, like
hate it.
Jelly Roll and that kind of stuff?
There are some songs that are okay, but the
Okay.
most of it is just slop, and it's not worth
Okay.
it. It's not worth it.
Gotcha.
Like Jelly Roll, is it Liar? Liar is good by
Okay. Yeah.
by Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
I feel my opinion on it is that it's become, no offense to you, but it's become very cityfied.
hmm
And country that's what pop is for.
Right.
If you want your city, if you want to make like country, like pop that sounds like country, go right ahead. But that's not country.
Right.
When you ask me, okay, what's country? George Strait, Toby Keith, what's another one? Tim McGraw.
Old school guys, Garth Brooks.
Yeah. Funny enough, I didn't start listening to Garth Brooks until like 2 years ago. And
Oh, really?
yes, dude, that stuff is lovely. Oh man. But no, but so this like I don't know, and I still listen to some new stuff like 2016. I feel like after 2016, it's just it got repetitive almost. Like
Right.
it was this. Somebody always made this joke. Some people always make the joke. You probably heard it. It's like if you listen to a country song backwards, you get the girl, you get the pickup, and you get the dog back.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
it really got bad after 2016. Like it was always about girls, beer, pickups, and dogs.
Right.
And shotgun and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like it wasn't enjoyable to listen to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like almost it became a stereotype.
Sure.
A stereotype of a stereotype almost.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably when, I mean, the poppy stuff was happening prior to that, but that, I mean, it was
tasteful. It was tasteful.
Right. And it's kind of overtaken the country music kind of scene. It used to be like my favorite is like old school, like Hank Williams Sr. and Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, some of that just, I don't know. I listen to Hank Williams and I'm like, dude, I'm envisioning this dude sitting on a wraparound porch in the middle of the country with, the sun beating down and a screened in porch, and he's just playing a banjo and singing, or whatever. It's like, to me, that's just so authentic and so raw, so I love it.
And it's a simpler time too.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's why I love, I mean, like, so I don't know, like you listen to, what's his bucket? Randy Travis or even those guys.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's about the same things that modern country artists are about, but it's so much simpler, so much more, not necessarily naive, but maybe a little bit more innocent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a more simpler time. I feel like,
right,
and it's a lot more beautiful. I mean, I don't know. Like the other day, I went on a Alabama dive.
Yeah.
And and I didn't realize Alabama's got a whole bunch of like banger love songs.
Oh yeah.
Like God spent a little bit more time on you. Falling Again, Face to Face. There's a Fire in the Night. She and I, and then you got your High Cotton, Song in the South, Reckless, like those bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap Seats. That's another banger.
Yeah.
But there's just something special about like pre-2016, even 2010. I would say it goes back to even 2010. It's like the hard cap of something special. And then there's that gray period of like 2010 to 2016 where it's still good, but then after 2016 it just kind of goes and then and so it's really cool that it seems like a lot of the country artists are trying to go back to that.
Right.
That pre-2010, like Zach Bryan, I think Casey McGraves, I think that's how you say her name.
I don't know how to say her name, but yeah, she's the one that went full on pop, right, for a while.
Yeah, and then she came back.
Okay.
Musgraves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She's starting to get back good again.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you
And
feel
then,
about Taylor Swift?
oh, anything Taylor Swift?
Do you
I,
do you like her at all?
The only decent song she ever did was love our love song. That was the only one she
Oh,
did,
okay.
and it's just because it's a white girl song.
Yeah.
Like that, it just belongs on
Well,
the white
I
girl
think
playlist.
yeah, she's a perfect example, I think, of what we're talking about though, because if you listen to especially the first album, which that song is on, you're talking about, it's more like the country kind of storytelling lyrics, and it's like,
Yes.
and then as she kind of morphed into more of the poppy sound, and the lyrics kind of got more darker in a sense, and
Yeah.
talking about, and I am a Taylor Swift fan. I'll say that flat off
Okay.
the top. I do enjoy her music. I don't necessarily like her as a person or agree with
Yeah.
her lifestyle or anything like that, but I do
Yeah.
think she's a very good songwriter, and I do like her country stuff. I do like her poppy stuff.
Mhm.
But I think, and this is kind of the prediction that some people are having, that since she's now getting engaged or she now is engaged to Travis Kelce and that whole thing, that she's probably going to start going back towards kind of the more wholesome-y country kind of music.
Do you want my full-blooded opinion
I
on that?
absolutely do. Yes.
She's getting more content for more breakup songs.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I,
Well, see,
dude,
I
I
don't
will
think
bet
they'll
25
last.
cents. I'll
Yeah.
bet 25 cents.
Well, you're a high roller.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
I am very much of a cheapskate
Yeah.
when it comes to betting.
Well, I told my younger daughter, who's 17, I told her the other day, I said, because she was all excited. Oh, they finally got engaged. I said, you know what, man? I said, I don't think they'll last. Dad, don't say that. Why would you want them not to last? I said, I didn't say I don't want them to last. I hope they are married for 40 years. I hope they have a bunch of kids and they have a great family. I wish nothing but the best for them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is another Hollywood couple, and they hardly ever last. And Taylor Swift has a huge record of breakups, like you
Yeah.
just said. Like, most of her songs are about all her breakups, and all the big fans know which songs are about which person.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when her and Taylor Lautner broke up, and this is where her and John Mayer broke up, or whatever. Like, they
Yeah.
they know all that stuff. And I just don't. Again, I hope they last. I do. I'm not a fan of divorce. I hope every marriage lasts,
Yeah.
but I
Please.
just don't think it will.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's
right.
the problem with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, and it's just like, oh, this is so,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, like, I don't know, but yeah, talking about like pop stuff, just I don't know, like another artist I found recently, Ed Sheeran.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I got back into Ed Sheeran, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's starting to dip. And you were talking about John Mayer, and I was starting to
Yeah.
dip my toes in John Mayer, and oh my goodness, what like slow dancing in a burning room.
Mhm.
What a beautiful guitar intro.
Mhm.
Like it is just
Yeah.
makes me salivate every single time I listen to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But it's just so and like Ed Sheeran, like I know some people who hate Ed Sheeran, but it's like Ed Sheeran. Okay, a buddy of mine made a really good point. He likes Ed Sheeran too, and he made a really good point of every single. If you look at Ed Sheeran's track record, there is always at least one song from each of his albums that hits top 10 or usually top 5 on the billboards and
for
stays
sure.
there
Yeah.
for at least a week.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. He's a great songwriter too.
Yeah. Like beautiful. And his guitar is like thinking out loud. That guitar is beautiful, beautifully simple.
Yeah.
And then let's see, what's another one? Perfect, beautiful. Dive, beautiful. And like even as more I feel like more of his oh yeah, and I'd be remiss if I don't say I See Fire.
Right.
That one. Beautiful, deceptively hard to play.
Oh, do you try to play some of these songs that you like?
Yeah.
Do you learn how to play them?
So
Okay.
currently I know how to play Christmas for Cowboy. I've been fluffing about for about a year playing guitar. Trying to get this past year I've been trying to get more serious about it. But I know how to play the intro for Layla. I know how to play
Eric Clapton?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Eric Clapton. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah,
Like
he's got
Cocaine.
some great
Cocaine.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a good intro.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
yeah.
Terrible song, but beautiful guitar.
Terrible lyrically, but great sound wise. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I feel like a lot of the music I listen to is like that. It's like
Yeah.
beautiful guitars, beautiful everything else. Lyrics, gosh dang awful. Like, oh, like
Yeah.
Nickelback. Nickelback is so bad about that.
Yeah.
Like Animals, like
Oh yeah.
terrible
Yeah.
song. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome guitar.
Right.
Burn It to the Ground. Awesome guitar. Terrible lyrics. I think it's Put It in Your Mouth or whatever that one is about the porn star.
Yeah.
Terrible song. Awesome guitar. And don't listen to that much anymore, but
yeah. Nickelback's the band everybody loves to hate.
yes.
And I don't know why.
I feel like that's overhyped. I feel like look,
it is. All the
appreciate-
memes and everything. Everybody's oh, Nickelback's just terrible. And it's like, well, they're not that terrible. Look how many #1 hits they have.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing. It's like you can hate them for all you want. They're good.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Same thing with Ed Sheeran. You can hate Ed Sheeran all you want, but I mean, look how many #1s he has.
Right.
And then so
so what kind of rock stuff, like you talked about, like metal and rock, like what's some of your go-tos in that genre?
Sabaton. I've been getting back into Sabaton again. A lot of old stuff.
Okay.
A little bit of AC/DC.
Okay.
A little bit of. It's mostly a lot. I don't have necessarily one artist that I like to listen to. I have 2 or 3 songs from a whole bunch of artists, if that makes sense.
Oh, like you got a playlist of a bunch of different stuff?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I'm not planted when it comes to an artist. There's like maybe 20 artists that I'm actually planted on that I like. Everyone else, I have a song that I like 3 or 4 songs that I like. Sometimes 5, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, like a little bit of Whitesnake, a little bit of mostly old stuff.
Yeah, that's way back. That's 80s.
Yeah.
Whitesnake, dang.
Yeah, my dad got me started on Whitesnake.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have my old my old rock playlist. Let's see here.
Yeah.
A little bit of Van Halen, a little bit of Queen, a little bit of Journey, a little bit of Kansas, a little bit of Foreigner.
Yeah.
And then like your A-listers like Eye of the Tiger, Jesse's Girl.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't 38 Special.
Oh yeah, nice.
Hold On Loosely.
Yep.
I love that song.
Yep.
My dad got me started on 38 Special. That's about the only song I actually listened to. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, I love it.
That's one that I really like.
Yeah.
That's an artist that I'm planted on. John Fogerty, the lead singer from Creedence.
Yep.
Really like his stuff too. He's really good. Really enjoy his stuff. I don't know, Fuel by Metallica. That one's awesome to go ride dirt bikes to.
Fuel
by Metallica.
Yeah, that's what. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that one.
Oh
Okay.
Yeah. That one's a good one to go do stupid things on dirt bikes with.
Right.
No, 1 or 2 songs by Beast Boys. And then a couple songs by Eric Clapton. It's not.
That's a pretty diverse mixture there.
Oh yeah. And 1 or 2 songs by Boston, I think.
Okay.
It's a lot of.
So you mentioned Kansas, Alabama, Boston. You got all these different cities and state names of bands. You got your guitar, you're learning. So you need to start a band and call it Nebraska.
Oh,
because nobody's done that yet. So you could.
I have a better idea. I have a better idea. So back in college, me and a buddy were scheming. We're like, okay, we're going to start our own band one day, and we're going to call it Backroad Militia. And I'm copywriting that, so anyone who listens to this podcast, don't take it. Otherwise, I will find you.
Well, now it's recorded in history, so now they can't because we have the video and audio proof right now. So
bingo. So Backroad Militia, and the idea behind that is so you could do country, and then you could also do rock because you got the backroad side of it. It's like, oh yeah, country. Yeah, you can do some love songs, like really slow, like old love songs, like something in the vein of like Forever and Ever Amen by Randy Travis, like something in that vein, like something old, sweet, slow, or like Face to Face by Alabama, like something like that.
Okay.
And then you got the militia part, so it's like, oh, maybe a little bit more rocky side, so you can like dance on that. What is that technically called? Rock or country rock or southern rock?
Southern rock, yeah.
Yeah, that Southern rock lane kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Okay. Very cool.
yeah, that would be the way to do it. So
Okay. All right. So let's wrap up the music with this. You just said, and I've never done this before because you just said it, so I'm going to have you try to do it.
oh,
Usually I ask for like top 5
mhm.
favorites of all time, but you just said a minute ago that you have about 20 artists that you would consider planted, So I want to see if you can give me all 20.
Alabama,
Okay.
Toby Mac.
Okay.
Let's see here. There's 2. Sabaton would probably be another one.
Sabaton, I've never even heard of that.
It's Swedish
Okay.
metal, so it's
Okay.
all
Okay.
historical. So there's one cuss word in all of their songs,
Okay.
and it's talking about the devil dogs in World
Gotcha.
War One.
Okay.
So the U.S. Marines, and
Gotcha.
there's a famous general, and he's like, "Come on, you sons of, don't you
yeah.
want to live forever?" And before he led a charge into the Germans, and
Okay.
they just say that, and that's the only cuss word that they have. So
Okay.
that's really fun to listen to.
Okay.
But it's all about history. So they have 2 or 3. They have 1 or 2 albums about. No, 1 album about. No, 2 about World War One.
Okay.
A couple songs about. Whatchamacallits. World War Two. They got some about Hannibal. Their new album. They've got one about Hannibal, the guy, the one that ran Rome.
Yeah.
Rome
Yeah.
for money.
Not Hannibal Lecter.
No, the OG Hannibal, the cool Hannibal, the one that rode elephants across the Alps.
Right. Right. Yes.
So they did one about him.
That's cool, man. I'm gonna have to check them out. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Suggestions for that one is Attack of the Dead Men. That one's
Okay.
about the time the Germans tried to gas the Russians out, and the Russians bum rushed them as they were dying because they didn't have any gas masks because they bombed them in World War One. So that one's super cool.
Yeah.
Lost Battalion, the Red Baron, that's a good one. Templars, that's another good one. Lightning at the Gates, that one's about Hannibal. And there's just they're awesome. Sweet.
So there's a bunch of Swedish history teachers that decided to start a band one day.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, Bismarck, that's another baller one. Bismarck is awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
And then let's see this. That.
All right.
What's your probably George Strait.
Okay.
Zach Bryan would be number 20 on that list. I'm trying not to listen to Zach Bryan because I get in a funk if I listen to Zach Bryan too much. Like I get
really?
too depressed. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's all that, what's that sad country, like cowboy music. And it's just like, oh, now I'm sad. Now I want to be depressed. Okay. Hold on. Now you're making me like go through all my stuff. Petra, that's another one.
Okay.
Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10 that Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
Once it would be more of a song than anything else, but it's which one is it? It's the one's like take those old records off the shelf. That song is like take those records off the shelf.
Old Time Rock and Roll by
that one. That's
heck is that?
Silver. It's something Silver.
Yeah, Bob Seger.
Yes, Bob Seger and the
Silver Bullet Band. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Keith Urban.
Okay.
White Rose. I think it's White Rose. No, it's not White Rose. What is that band? White Heart. Is that White Heart?
White Heart's a Christian band, I think.
Yeah, White Heart. That's what it is. White Heart. That's another one. And then, where are we at now? That's like 5 or 6.
No, that's more than that.
So
that's probably close to 10, I would think. But
now you got me. Now I'm thinking really hard.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, Blackhawk. Blackhawk. That's another one.
Oh, Blackhawk. Okay.
Yes, they were actually in Grant like 2 years ago, and I didn't realize who they were until like a year and a half after they came through, and I'm like, dang, they got some good music.
Nice.
Like, that's just about right. that I would highly recommend you listen to Just About Right. That
Okay.
is
Perfect song.
perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's about a guy who goes up to the mountains to paint the mountains and is just trying to encapsulate beauty, basically. And it's just it's so beautiful. It's
Yeah.
the guitar lick is just perfect. It's one of those perfect guitar licks.
Mhm.
Um let's see here. Brad Paisley, he's got no, not Brad Paisley. C.W. McCall.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I like him.
oh yeah. Capital Kings, that's another one
Oh yeah,
that's probably on the top 20.
that's like dancey, kind of dancey music, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a weird taste in music.
Yeah,
Very diverse.
that's good.
Yeah. I forgot. DC Talk.
Oh, there you go.
DC Talk would be in the top 10. I grew up listening to DC Talk. That's another Christian band I grew up listening to.
Okay.
That is baller.
What was the first song you heard by them? Do you remember?
Jesus Freak.
Jesus Freak. Yeah, I can still listen to that song today and still rock it.
Oh, dude,
Crank it up. It's such a good song.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
In the Light, that's another one. So there was
yeah.
a while where the local Christian radio station was playing In the Light for like 2 months, and that was the best 2 months of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it wasn't the best, but it would be at the top 10, top 15 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Family Force 5, Super Chick.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them live. They were good.
Off.
Yeah, they were good. Hey, I got one even better, dude. I got one even better.
Okay.
We got to help them load their equipment back into their stuff.
Shut up.
Yeah, and the singer for Super Chick, she looked at me and smiled and said, "Thank you so much." That's my claim to fame. That was my claim to fame. Right
I'm
there.
jealous.
She smiled at me, dude.
Dude, like, what the frick?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Stinking show off.
Yeah, that show was them. I don't know if you remember John Rubin. He was he's like a Christian rapper.
No.
Who else played that show? Cutlass, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Cutlass ain't bad.
Yeah, I forgot who else. It was kind of a festival. My wife used to do promoting for the local shows. So we would get some really cool, like, backstage stuff. And we would see, we got to meet a lot of people and help them load stuff up. And it was really cool. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Granger Smith. That's another one that's probably on the top 20. Did you know he's a pastor now, Granger Smith?
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, he quit his touring career and became a pastor.
Okay.
So, like,
nice.
I don't know. Like, I think it'd be fun to go to his church sometime and see how biblically accurate he is.
Right. I bet the worship team is pretty awesome.
Oh, they gotta be. It's like Granger Smith's like they're like, all right, boys.
Yeah.
Show me how it's done because I toured forever. No, I'm just looking through all my music. Is it? It's here. Josh Turner.
Oh, I was going to ask you about him. He's my favorite old country artist.
Oh,
yeah.
So I remember when Hometown Girl came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was in high school. I'm pretty sure I was in my brother's pickup when I heard that song play.
Yeah.
It was 1997.
Nice.
Ford F-250 with the 7.3 power stroke, extended cab green with the
that's a detailed description right there.
Oh my goodness. That was the dumbest decision he ever made when he sold that pickup. No, there was a lot of music listened to in that pickup.
Yeah. Josh Turner I love his voice and a lot of his lyrics.
Have you heard his Hymn album?
Yeah, I have all of his albums.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That Hymn album is lovely. I love Hometown Girl, Long Black Train.
Yep. Yeah.
And then he does a lot of good, really, like Would You Go With Me and You're a Man. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Like his love songs are like second to none.
Yeah. And they're so real, like especially when he's talking about the ones where he met his wife and like the ones where he's raising his kids. He's so real to me. He sounds like a guy I could have lunch with and hang out and hang out with, Yeah,
like, and that's something. Maybe that's what it lost in 2016 was the realness.
Right.
It went from having the lyrics based in a story it transitioned from that to a stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's maybe what happened. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kenny Chesney, that's another
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Like, you got your I Go Back, and that one has a special place in my heart when I go back. Um I think I'm at like 25 now.
Yeah, that's plenty, man. And like I
Okay,
said, I'm
I'll
gonna
just stop.
send.
I'll just stop.
Yeah, I'll hit you that email probably tomorrow or the next day,
Okay,
and then
awesome.
you
Sounds
can
good.
respond back to that. You don't even have time to look stuff up.
Yeah.
But real quick before we really end this and then take a break, you mentioned TFK towards the
Yes.
beginning of the musical.
Hmm.
So that's one of my all-time favorite Christian
No way.
artists. Yeah, big time.
Really?
They're one of the ones when I first got saved and I first started listening to Christian music was like when their Set It Off album was out, and I heard
Oh, okay. So
like
you're
oh
old
dude,
school then.
yeah, I love their rap rock stuff. Like
Yeah.
I like Superfly was the first song I ever heard by them. And I was
Okay.
like,
I've
dude,
never
what
even
is
heard
this?
Set It On Fire. Like Set It.
Oh, Set It Off. Oh, you have to
Yeah.
listen to it. Oh,
Okay.
it's fantastic. It
I
sounds
tried
nothing like their other
once.
stuff. Okay.
I tried it once. I couldn't quite. I might have been listening to the wrong song. So now,
Okay.
okay. What ones did
Well,
you
I'll
say
give
were
you the
good?
songs. You want to definitely listen to Superfly.
Okay.
You want to listen
Superfly.
to Puppet is really
Okay.
good. Small Town is really good. They do a cover of EMF's Unbelievable. You know, you
Okay.
got Unbelievable. Oh, down, 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 that old song. But they
Okay.
changed all the lyrics. So it's a Christian. He's talking about the Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really
that's
cool.
smart.
Yeah, it's just really cool. But yeah, that whole
Oh,
album is great. But those are probably the four best songs on there, in my
oh
opinion.
man.
But it's different than like say Phenomenon On, which is more kind of more rock. I mean, it's
Yeah.
rock. Set Off is rock, but he raps a lot on it. It
Hmm.
sounds kind of like I don't know if you're familiar with like Limp Bizkit, where it would be
Yeah.
like rapping and singing and with the
The only
guitars.
song
And
that I really know by Limp Bizkit is Behind Blue Eyes, and
oh, that's a cover song.
um it was on Madden. I don't remember which Madden game it was.
Probably Break Stuff, maybe.
No, it's like Roland.
Oh,
That's what,
Roland. Yeah.
yeah, that's the only two
Yeah.
songs I know.
Okay. Yeah. That's
So
good stuff. Yeah, I used to
yeah.
be a
So,
big fan of them. But
have you heard of Manifest?
oh yeah, I've seen
Uh
Manifest live.
wait,
Manifest played at a church 10 minutes from me.
what?
Yeah. You talking about the rapper singer?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Christian rapper singer
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like
I think.
rock. Oh,
Yep.
he is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That's another one I love.
The Chase album, I
Yes.
think, is his best
Oh,
ever. Yeah. Love
Chase
it.
and then Fighter and Human.
Fighter's good too. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That the Human off that album,
Hmm.
Human is just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we saw him play, and he's fun live because he rides a skateboard around the stage while he's rapping and singing, and
oh,
he's got
why
how
am I
he's
not
got so
surprised?
many songs like especially on the Chase, but on other albums too that feature Trevor McNeven from
Yeah,
Thousand Foot Crutch. Well, when
yeah.
he plays live, he sings those parts and he
Oh,
nails it. And I'm like, I mean,
okay.
as much as I love Trevor McNeven, I'm like, why didn't you just sing those yourself on the record? Because you sound great. Like it sounds
Yeah.
just like it.
They
Yeah,
must
it's
just
really,
be
really
buddies
cool.
or something. It's like, hey,
Well, they
yo,
are.
Trevor.
They're both Canadian. And if I remember correctly, Trevor's the one that discovered Manifest. And
Oh,
he's
I
the
wouldn't
one
be
that got him a
surprised.
record deal and the whole deal. So that's why he's featured so much. I think he does a lot of the helping with writing and production on there too.
Hmm, that would
But
make
yeah,
sense.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he's phenomenal. He's awesome. He's got a great testimony too.
I believe it. Like
So
I kind of picked that up through a lot of the songs
yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
he's got an incredible testimony.
Yeah. Well, he walked in the room and saw his dad hanging from the rope.
Oh,
His dad killed himself, and Manifest is the one that found him.
ooh,
So yeah,
that's gotta screw me up a
gnarly.
little bit.
Yeah, gnarly. And that was all
Oh,
before he was a Christian, and it was after all that he received the Lord and got healing and the whole. Yeah, it was pretty
God.
fascinating. He tells the story on his live album if you listen to his live album.
Oh,
So yeah, but
I think I
anyway.
did start to listen to. I remember what live album you're talking
Hmm.
about. I need
Yeah,
to.
it's got like a gas mask on the front of it or something like a yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's really good. So.
Oh
But anyway,
man.
yeah, Manifest is bomb. All right, so the last question here for music would be give me a few bands or artists that you literally just cannot stand. Like stuff
Tay
you who?
Tay.
Tay Tay?
Yeah,
Who's that?
Tay.
Oh, Taylor Swift?
Swift.
Oh. Oh,
Mostly
man.
because my middle name is Taylor, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah,"
Oh.
like I have a buddy who just makes fun of me. He's like, "Okay, Tay Tay." I'm like, "Shut up!
That's awesome.
Leave
Oh,
me
man.
alone. I don't want to be."
Wow. You put her on the list of terrible, huh? That's crazy. Okay.
Man, Kane Brown, can't stand him.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Yeah. That's kind of a harder question sometimes.
That is a really good
Yeah.
question. I remember you asking Leah that question.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember what she said, but
I don't remember either. I just
yeah.
remember you asking that question.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
Hmm.
Like, maybe my problem is if I hear music I don't like, I just skip it.
Right. Right.
So like that's
Yeah.
a genuinely good question.
Well, that's kind of what constitutes it, right? Because if you're going to listen through the whole song, you must not hate it that much.
Exactly.
But there's certain artists and bands that they'll come on. I'm like, nope.
No, please
See you
no.
later. Yeah, you're done.
No. I guess it would be more of genres that I just don't like. Like, most screamo I don't like. So I'll just skip it. There's like two bands that are screamo that I like.
Who are they?
Yeah, Holy Name.
Okay.
And what's the other one? Fit for a King. Those are the only two.
Yep.
Two that I really like. I guess it's mostly just like rappers I don't like then.
Okay.
Like nothing against like I don't even know like mainstream rappers, I guess. I just don't like I hear it and I'll just skip it.
Yeah. Well, the problem for you as being so young is the rap that came out in your lifetime just sucks.
Yes.
So that's the problem. All the good rap came out in the 80s and 90s. So
yeah, that's what I'm always told. It's like, oh no, like the old rap's good stuff. And I'm like, it's still rap. I don't like it. It's just like the sound. I just like,
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll pray for you, man. I really will.
No, no, but like nothing against those old rappers because those old rappers, like you listen to some of the stuff like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Like,
see,
like they're genuinely cool people.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't like their music.
Yeah. Which is okay.
I love to hate Katy Perry because I love her like mainstream and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Love to hate them because like the only good songs they ever did was Firework. Oh, well, let's hear Last Friday Night.
Oh,
Party in the USA and Last Friday Night. Those were the only two good ones they ever did, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
And those are mainstream white girl music. So
sure. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, there's something about white girl music. There is a bop when you're doing something stupid. When you're doing a wheelie at 50 mile an hour on a dirt bike. There is something magical about doing listen to white girl music. It's like it's like the meme of it's like you're skipping. There's a guy on a motorcycle and he's like skipping through music and he's like trying to find a good music song and then white girl music comes on. He like jumps up and like felonies come across the time to do felonies just comes across the screen. It's like, but no, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, Tay. Nothing against them. It's just I don't.
So
like
you just what you're saying is you hate women. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes, I'm misogynist. Yes, I'm very misogynist.
You hate all women. You hope they all die.
This is pure sarcasm. This is pure sarcasm. I cannot distress to you how much of this is a joke. I do not believe this. Okay, ready. Disclaimer: I don't believe this. Women belong in the kitchens. No, that is a joke.
Yes,
I can't. There has to be alarm bells going off. This is sarcasm. This is comedy.
Yeah. No, but but they have to be in there with their shoes off and they have to be pregnant. So there it is. So
yes. Thank God for coffee.
Yeah. So I'm one of 4 people in America that doesn't like coffee, just so you know. Yeah.
I don't trust you.
I know. I'm weird like that. I don't like coffee.
Do you like tea at least? Like iced tea and all that? Okay.
Depending on the tea. So this is chai that I'm drinking now. And that's something I drink for every podcast. For the ones I do in person, I make enough for both of us, and then we hang out and drink chai. So, so I do like chai. I like
chai tea is good.
Things.
Chai tea.
Yeah.
One of my favorite chai teas. Somebody, it's called a dirty chai. They put coffee in it.
Yeah, like an espresso shot.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
stuff straight
yeah.
up. Oh,
Yeah, see, most of my friends, I have another friend who comes over and he when I make him chai because I don't have espresso, but he goes to Starbucks on his way over here, gets a shot of espresso in a little cup, and then he adds it to the chai when he gets here,
yes,
just so he can have it dirty. Yeah, so he's
yes, good man, good man.
yeah, he's a
Oh man,
interesting dude. But yeah,
I
my
saw
wife,
me.
she loves coffee. Like coffee is her
Oh
favorite thing in the world. Her three favorite things are Disneyland coffee, and I guess I'm probably the third one on the list down there.
yeah,
But somewhere down there. But yeah, she's huge. I mean, she's like a
your top
connoisseur.
three, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I made it that far. At least at some point in life, I know I was there. I don't know about now,
Oh
but as time goes
yeah,
on. But
yes,
so, all right,
yes.
man. Well, let's get into some political discussion. We've already kind
Ooh
of touched
yay,
on some political stuff towards in the intro, and we were just kind of getting to know each other a
yeah,
little bit here and there. But I'm gathering that you lean mostly right.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So I mean, we can go. I always give people the option. We can go different ways with this. We can either talk about Trump, the presidency, the things he's doing, what we like, what we don't like, or we can just talk about world issues, country issues, things that are,
I'm good.
you know.
I will admit, about international, I'll divert to I'm just a dumb farmer. I don't know what I'm talking about. Excuse quite a bit more.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
But some of the things affect you. Like I wrote this down because you have firsthand experience with this. You mentioned earlier the tariffs.
yeah,
Those affect your own business
yep.
and what you're doing. So,
Yeah, like I know tariffs are a good thing, and
mhm,
you talk to any of the farmers that have been affected by the tariffs, they'll say the same exact thing. It's tariffs need to happen,
right.
and it sucks for right now because we're getting shot in the foot. So I alluded to like you said earlier. So our business, our whole scheme is we raise the popcorn in the field, we harvest it ourselves, and then we have a cleaner which basically takes all the because popcorn, it's a corn, it grows on a cob, kind of like sweet corn, right?
Is it a
But
variety of corn that is specifically popcorn?
yes, so the way it
Really?
works, so
Okay.
what it is it's the way the starch is set up. So like you can't take a ear of field corn, chuck it in your microwave, and it'll pop. It won't do it.
Okay.
It's something about the way the skin of popcorn, like the shell, I guess. I guess what I don't know my corn anatomy, like the
Mm.
kernel, like the anatomy of the kernel enough. Somebody will probably correct me if who listens to this. Hopefully, I pray. But they so the outer layer, the way it's set up, and then the starch, the way the starch is set up,
Yeah.
it's basically allows it to pop. Like so, what it will do is once it gets to 450 degrees, that starch will basically start to boil, and then it'll just explode. And
Mm.
then the starch rapidly expanding and cooling is what basically forms it. And that's not
Okay.
exact. I not exactly remember how that's the roughness. And there's YouTube videos about exactly what's going on. But if I remember right, that's roughly what's going on. Anyways, sidetrack.
Yeah.
Um, but so we have a cleaning facility that takes all the cobs, the sticks, the rocks, the chipped kernels, because kernels will get chipped or they'll break in half during just getting going from the field to the cleaning facility through augers and such. And then we take all that out and then we put it onto rail cars and ship it to Mexico. Because
Okay.
because Mexico is the second largest consumer of popcorn.
Really?
We're first, Mexico's second, and then
Interesting.
Brazil is third, if I remember right.
Okay.
So, and since our cleaning facility is not FDA approved, it's got too many holes that mice can climb through in it. So, FDA won't certify it. I mean, we could certify it. We'll spend 50K trying to get the stupid thing, all the holes plugged, and to make it certified for FDA to make them happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it, and we don't have the time to do that anyways. So, we ship to Mexico, and I mean, we haven't. So usually we would have moved about half of our product by now,
Okay.
last year's product, and none of it's moved since Trump got into office. We're still
Really?
on to 3/4 of our, and we're talking 3,000 acres. So
Okay.
that's pencils to maybe half a million pounds.
Phew.
So I
Dang.
mean, we still have half a million,
Okay.
half mil to million
Now
pounds.
break down for me, like specifically which tariffs on which countries is
I
causing that for you.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I will be completely honest. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
assuming it's Mexico because that's where all of our product goes.
Right.
Um, Once in a while, we'll have an order that comes in for 2,000-pound tote bags because
Hmm.
that's about 2,000 pound tote bags and 50-pound bags is about what everyone in the U.S. runs with. There's a few people out east that can handle rail cars, but we're talking Pennsylvania. So shipping costs going east doesn't make it worth it
Okay.
for rail cars. So going south is a lot simpler because it's down elevation. It's simpler. It's easier. I don't know why, but anyways, just
Yeah.
I'm not exactly for sure what tariffs on Mexico is making it worse for
Okay.
us,
Okay.
making it hard on our operation, but it is. I mean, we got the first rail car we got in 4 months was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So like we haven't moved any product, and that's hard on us because
Oh,
we have to
sure.
move product, and
Hmm.
otherwise we're not making money. And if we're not making money, the operating note from with the bank goes up, and that's always a scary
Hmm.
so it's and there's and it for other people it hits them different. The tariffs, like my uncle, he's in the same boat as we are.
Does he
My dad's
own,
brother.
does he own his own farm in the whole?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So
Also
yeah.
corn?
Yep, also
Okay.
popcorn. They
Okay.
did they usually do some field corn for rent pavements
Hmm.
um and such. But so he ended up doing a lot more field corn this year. And it's just it's just a lot of the and I just know that it hits us, but I'm not, and I guarantee you that tariffs hit other farmers differently,
Sure.
but I'm not going to just speak for them because I
Yeah.
don't know how it hits them.
Well, it probably depends on which countries they're going through and that kind of a thing.
Exactly.
But you kind of mentioned earlier, and I guess ask you to reiterate on that. But do you think that the tariffs now, since it's new, it just happened. I mean, Trump
Mhm.
hasn't even been in. It hasn't been a year yet that he's been in the second
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
Do you think it's something that will pan out for the good in the long run? Because
Yes.
that's what that's what a lot of the pro-tariff people are saying. Yeah, it's going to suck for a while,
Hmm.
but just like kind of like everything Trump's doing, really, to change things in the country,
Yeah.
that's kind of the way it is. It's just going to suck for a while, but it's
Yeah.
something that needs to happen for the benefit of the whole in the
It's
long
kind of
run.
it's kind of like putting a tourniquet on a wound. The wound hurts. You
Right.
put the tourniquet on, it's going to hurt a lot more, but you're going to save the limb.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So I yes, I appreciate the tariffs. I don't like what they're like. So I don't know. I heard a stat somewhere. I think the Department of Revenue or somebody in the government somewhere said we pulled in 35 billion
Whew.
from tariffs. And that's
Since
been
in this term, you mean?
since
Oh,
this term,
wow.
35
Wow.
billion.
That's a
And
lot of
granted,
money.
that was on a podcast and they were talking about tariffs. So,
Yeah.
And Josh's fuzzy memory.
Yeah.
So take it with 2 metric tons of salt and do your own research because Josh's stats are usually about that far off.
Right.
That far off. Uh, but it was a ballpark. If I remember right, it was a ballpark of 35 million or billion. Sorry, billion. And I'm like, dang, like,
Yeah.
and everybody was freaking out. I was like, oh yeah, it's going to plummet everything, and it's like, well, it hasn't though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think
Right.
tariffs are a good thing. It sucks for like you said, yeah. I don't know. I'm very much of the camp of I don't know what I think about them. I think that it's a good idea. I don't know how they should be applied because I don't know anything about tariffs. So you
Right.
let somebody who's smarter than me figure that out.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
but,
I've been trying to look at, especially with Trump and the things he's doing, even in his first term, and even Biden, things Biden did in that term.
Mhm.
I try to look at the whole, not as me personally. Like I work at the library, which
Yeah.
is city funded. And there was a time where Trump was talking about getting rid of the arts, right? He's talking about taking funding away from libraries. And I have a lot of coworkers and friends that work for the library. They were all up in arms. Oh, how dare him? He can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, that would directly affect me personally, but is it better for the whole of the country to do that? See, that's really the question that matters. Not how is it going to
Yeah.
affect me?
Is
Because
it good
yeah,
for the country?
correct. And that I think that's the way that everything should be viewed. But unfortunately, most people look at it as a personal thing. Oh, this is an attack on me. This is or even getting into like the deportations that are taking place right now. It's like, well, I have an aunt who was deported. Okay.
Well,
Like,
that sucks. But again,
right.
sorry,
Yeah.
you came into this country illegally. The moment you set
Correct.
foot on this country,
Right.
you broke the law.
Right.
You need to go you either need to pay a fine, a very
Right.
hefty fine over a period of 5 years,
Hmm.
and then you can stay.
Hmm.
At least learn some English, please.
Yes.
Functional English. I don't care
Right.
if it's like a mix of okay. What really ticks me off, okay, this is a huge pet peeve, but when
Yeah.
they only like, okay, I if you make an effort to speak English,
Hmm.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't care if
Assimilation. Yeah.
I don't care if it takes me 5 minutes to have a conversation with you about what I want to order from a Mexican food restaurant. I
Right.
don't care. I love the fact you're making the effort. A
Yes.
plus for effort. Let's
Right.
freaking go.
Yeah.
This is the greatest country in America. At least
Yeah.
you're trying to make assimilate. Thank you very much.
Right.
Here's an extra $5.
Yeah.
Or
No, you're
20,
right,
10
because
bucks.
we're like the only country that seems to be okay with that. Because if you or I moved to Germany,
Yeah.
I would personally think that I'm probably going to learn German so I can
Yeah.
communicate with the people in Germany. I'm not going to expect them to learn English for me, right?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
here we have people that have been living here for 30, 40 years that have never even tried. And I think a big part of that is because we enable it. We
Yeah.
say, oh, let me go get somebody for you. Let me go get a translator. There's people that can speak Spanish and English. Great. That's awesome. They get paid more
Yeah.
because they're able to translate if need be in these situations to where I'm
Yeah.
like, well, maybe we shouldn't be catering to that. We should be
Yeah.
making it harder in a sense. And then that way they're more pressed to learn the language of the land.
Yeah.
And I say those things and people call me racist and they say that's just the wrong thing to say. And I'm like, no, it's not racist at all. It has nothing to do with racism.
Out here in Nebraska, that's completely normal.
Oh, really?
That's completely normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's a pretty normal position.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, what is your Hispanic population in somewhere like Nebraska?
So actually kind of high.
Okay.
So a town south of us called Imperial, we jokingly call it Little Mexico, because
Okay.
half the town is Hispanic.
Okay.
I have quite a few friends who are Hispanic,
Right.
or I have, well, not quite a few friends. I got 2 or 3 friends who are Hispanic,
Mhm.
and love them dearly.
Sure.
Actually, funny enough, I gave them. We had a rail car come in that had like 2,000 pounds of pinto beans in it.
Oh, nice.
And so I was like, "Hey, yo, you want some pinto beans?" And
Is
they're
that like as a
"Oh."
fluke? Like it wasn't supposed to come to you?
No, it's called railroad being the railroad. There's a reason why the railroad is never used as a term of endearment. Never. It is. Don't even get me. We're not going to the about. No. We're staying on politics. We're not
Yes.
talking about the railroad.
Politics. Yes.
But yeah, no, Mexican people, Hispanic people,
Yeah.
I love them. They're awesome.
Sure.
They make amazing
Right.
food.
Yes.
Darkest sense of humor. And you know what's even funnier is my Mexican friends or my Hispanic friends are the most racist people you will ever meet. And it is so fun because they can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who was so he was trying to go kosher for a while, so Jewish. And the funniest thing was his family were kind of going Jewish. It was a little funny, but it was really funny.
Was he a Hispanic Jewish guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Like they were starting to follow the kosher laws.
Okay.
Or trying to. I don't know what the position of the family is right now. But it was really funny because he loved Holocaust jokes.
Really?
Yes, so it was so funny. So like but I mean they weren't like Orthodox Jew or anything like that. But like they were trying to follow the kosher laws. Which I thought it was just very funny, and I like to say that to people, and they're like scratching their heads.
Yes, but see, I think that I would love if our country could get back to where we can enjoy humor again.
Yes.
And stop getting, again, back to what I said earlier about getting so offended by every little thing. And I get if it's personal, and this is the example I've used 100 times, but I think it fits. So if I'm in a comedy club with my wife,
Yes.
and we're both middle-aged, white people, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
My wife has a little Japanese, but you look at her, you think she's a white girl.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out, and the comedian is just ripping apart middle-aged white people. Just joke after joke after joke, stereotype after stereotype, just ripping them apart. I think that's funny, even
Yeah.
though it's attacking my quote unquote group of people. Okay.
Yeah.
But if that comedian comes over to our table and points right at my wife and starts making jokes about how she's this and she's that and she's all, like about her personally, now that would be offensive, right? That's like,
Yeah.
okay, now you're
Yeah.
making it personal. But the problem
Yeah.
we've had in this country for the last 10, 15 years is that we get so identified with the group we're from that we get so offended if somebody makes fun of our group. You
Yeah.
know, like if
We need
I'm
to go
gay and they make a gay joke, it's like, oh, I can't stand this comedian. We need to cancel him. He's making
Yeah.
gay jokes. It's like, dude, relax. It's okay. Like,
Take a chill pill.
Right.
What happened to being colorblind?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, okay, for instance, my grandpa, bless his heart, when he was in high school, there was a day, it was Thursdays. If you wore green, you were gay.
Just on Thursdays?
Just on Thursdays, every Thursday. If you wore any sort of green, you were gay. It was like gay day or something like that.
Okay.
So it's like just shenanigans like that. And like
Yeah.
we need to become more. I kind of in the same vein as you. If we need to become more colorblind, like we lost that after Barack.
Right.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was starting to simmer under the surface, like, but it really after Barack,
Mm-hmm.
the cultural integration of blacks, whites, Hispanics,
Right.
and like not caring.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's very frustrating for me.
No, I'm with you. I think that Barack's second term was when he went. I think he divided the country more than any other president in history.
Yeah,
And people say, no, definitely that's Trump. Trump did that for sure. No, Barack Obama started doing a lot of the, what's the word I'm looking for here?
He loaded the powder keg. He loaded it.
Right. He's pointing out, quote unquote, racism that wasn't there.
Yeah.
And making people get all fired up about things that don't exist. You know what I mean?
remember when that what was it, the Madison shooting or whatever, the Madison, which one was it? It was in 2012.
Yeah, what was his name? The hands up, don't shoot guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And was it Morrison, or it started with M-O? The city did. I don't remember.
No, I don't remember. Not Ferguson.
No, it's not.
What was the other one?
Maybe
Michael Brown.
Okay.
Michael Brown was the hands up, don't shoot one.
Yeah.
Where
I don't
again,
remember.
that's a perfect example of what I was talking about before about video.
George Floyd. George Floyd's another one.
Yeah, that's the more recent one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But in 2012, when all those riots happened, because I mean, it was a justified shooting, if I remember right, but the media just spun it, and Barack ran with it.
Yep.
I feel like he loaded a powder keg of racial inequality or racial nonsense.
Right.
And then lit the fuse and then kicked it to Trump, and it exploded in Trump's face.
Right.
So, and it doesn't help any matters. Trump is a very divisive person.
Sure.
And
Sure.
honestly, I think it's funny to watch.
Yeah.
I don't agree with some of the tactics, but I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm a person who likes to step back and watch the chaos unfold.
Not that it's the country you're living in or anything. It's these are just the guys running our country, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. it's like the meme is like the house is on fire and the dog is just sitting there with a cup of coffee. It's like, this is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. This is great.
No, but it's I feel like it's just it's very sad because I remember I don't really remember it because I was really young when everything was going on, and I didn't really understand what was going on until the later years of Barack's term, like 2013, 2014, that kind of area. So his second term. And it's just a shame because it's like, because I hear stories about early 2000s and how people just didn't care. Like, you can make fun of blacks. You can make, like, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Perfect example. It is the most racist movie you'll ever watch, but by golly, it's hilarious because they make fun of Muslims. They make fun of Christians. They make fun of blacks, whites, Hispanics.
Right.
Like, no one is not everyone and everything is made fun of. And I feel
Right.
like that needs to be normalized again.
Yeah.
Like, okay, is racism bad? Yes, racism is bad. I
Right.
hate racism.
Yes.
Making fun of a stereotype? That's funny.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm with you.
like, you need, so as long as you don't insult, I feel like, okay, so it's like, can you criticize people for doing something stupid? Yes.
Mhm.
Especially when 13% of the population commits, 50 to 60% of the crimes. It's kind of funny to poke fun at that.
Yeah.
And somehow also it's like, anyways, but it's sad because it's like we can't make fun of that. But you know what's really funny is you can make fun of Mexicans and they think it's the funniest thing ever.
Right.
Well, the good ones will think it's absolutely hilarious, and then you have the psychos that are like, but yeah, it's like everybody needs to grow some skin. Everyone's
you know who's offended when you make fun of other groups is middle-aged white people.
Oh, especially the women.
Yes, those are the ones that are picketing and getting upset because, like you said, most of the people a part of these groups, they think it's funny. I've been watching, not that I agree with everything he says, but like Matt Rife. I don't know if you're familiar with Matt Rife.
Can't say
so
that.
He's been getting a lot of flack because in a lot of his videos, he's making fun of disabled people. However, there's been all these viral videos that are fascinating because there's somebody like severely disabled in the audience. And he's cracking jokes at him, making fun of him.
And they think it's the funniest crap ever.
They are so like honored to be the butt of that joke. And he goes up and he talks to him, and they're just like, "Oh, thank you for including me," because I feel like nobody ever wants to include me because they're scared of offending me, But they're like, "I just want to be normal. I want to be like everybody else. Stop
and then
treating
some
me like
chick
I'm."
that has blue hair, or Kool-Aid hair, as we call him.
Yes,
it has a mix. Okay, so Kool-Aid hair people, they will be either the most insane people you will ever meet or some of the coolest people that ever meet.
Right.
And there's no middle. And it's so frustrating. Like, I know there's like 2 or 3 gals in my church that have dyed hair. And they're some of the most chillest people you will ever meet. Some of the biggest sweethearts.
Yeah.
Like, awesome people. Love them to death. But some of the craziest people you'll ever meet are women, and they have Kool-Aid hair.
Yes.
And it's like,
yeah. Well, that's a lesson for you as you're, looking at potential spouses. You just don't.
Oh, trust me, if they have Kool-Aid hair, no.
That's a surefire sign right there.
It's like that instant turn off, red flag.
There's a reason why most of those women are single.
In their 50s or 40s and 50s. Like it's
it's
so sad. And it's like I will be offended for you. And it's like, was he laughing? He was laughing. Chillax.
Yeah. Right.
He thought it was funny.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's like all these people are trying to be offended for you.
Yes.
Well, if you're not going to be offended, I'll have to be offended for you. Like, no, let me enjoy the joke.
If I'm offended, I'll be offended. Right. I'm
not. Right, exactly.
I'll let you know if I'm offended. Chillax.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Virtue signaling. That's.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. COVID was huge with that.
Greta Thunberg. Oh,
did you see the recent one with her hairdo?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I knew that she got arrested by Israel when she went to go protest in Palestine. But
so this is newer than that. This is like in the last week. She was doing something. She was going, I think, by a boat again or a flotilla or something. She was going somewhere. Okay. And the picture of her, they were. It's so funny. All these memes started coming out. They're like, "What hairdresser did she go to?" I first heard it on an audio podcast.
Okay.
And
now I'm looking. Now I'm curious. I got to look this up while you're.
You have to do it, dude. You have to.
Okay, keep explaining. Keep explaining.
Yeah, but there was like I heard on an audio podcast where they were talking about it, and I was like, "There's no way it can be that bad." And I saw it, and I literally just started laughing out loud. They're comparing her to like Lord Farquaad from Shrek, or there's a bunch of. There was even a meme that had like the Brady Bunch squares of all these people.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it said, "Which one's Greta?" And it's all these like crazy hairdo people, and like it was really funny.
Okay, how do you spell oh wait, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I just looked it up. Okay, as of September 7th at 4:00 Mountain, I looked it up on Google, and Third thing, okay, in order on Google search, net worth, age. Third is haircut.
See?
What the boogaloo? She looks
Yeah.
like He-Man.
He-Man. That was one of the other ones that they did.
What
Yes.
is wrong with her? Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's terrible, dude. It's so
dude,
bad.
there's one where somebody made her look like a person with Down syndrome, and it works.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh man, that's an insult to Down syndrome people. Jeez Louise. Oh man.
Oh, that's too funny, man. Yeah.
Making them at night.
Yeah.
Oh,
But see,
that's where he's making them at night, man.
I think the Greta Thunberg thing is like such a great example of how people don't really look at facts. They just jump on whatever boat is sailing their direction. Right?
Yes.
It's like, okay, so she's talking against climate change. She's talking against this. She's talking against that. And these are things that I agree with. So she's my hero. I'm going to go with whatever she says.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, but are we going to look at factual things that either back up or disprove what she's saying? No. We don't want to do that. No, it's not going to happen.
See, the greatest disconnect is though people will do that and then get in their electric cars, which are powered by coal and not nuclear.
Yes.
Oh, I hate those people.
Yeah.
And then what's really frustrating is they go on and on and on about climate change and we need new energy, and then proceed to do nothing that is clean energy. Nothing.
Right.
That is my
Right.
okay. So, big thing around us is wind generation.
Yes.
Especially once you get into Wyoming, where it kind of actually makes sense because they get 60-mile-an-hour winds,
right,
pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Nebraska will have 60-mile-an-hour winds now, usually about this time. Oh yeah, it's this time of year in it. Oh shoot. We're due for a 60-mile-an-hour wind. Oh, help us, Lord. But so they put up these power plants, and it's so frustrating because they don't think of, okay, all the amount of resources and diesel that you have to do to get everything out to where you're doing it. So much carbon emissions. And then on top of that, those windmills, by the time they're put up, are 1 to 2 generations out, like old. So not very effective. And then on top of that, how much gallons of lubricant do you have to use to lubricate everything on those things?
Yes.
Because I mean, we worked it out one time. Me and an engineering buddy, we were on a bachelor party and we saw all these windmills and we got bored and curious. So we worked out how fast those tips are moving. They're moving like 120 to 200, like somewhere between 120 and 200 mile an hour. Like those tips of those things are scooting.
Oh yeah. Right? Yeah.
And like the amount of lubricants you're going to need for the constant speed side of that, so they're producing the most efficient power and to lubricate everything. And then on top of that, when those blades break, they are not biodegradable. They just throw them in a pit somewhere. And like, okay, I'm sorry. You're moaning about pestilence in the water, but you're not thinking about the fact you're throwing, I don't know, at least 80,000 pounds of fiberglass in the ground.
Right.
And that's per blade, because I mean, so those truckers, I don't know, those, I guess I don't know exactly how much they weigh, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere between, probably about 40,000 and 70,000 pounds. I would love to be corrected. That is Josh's guesstimation. I will preference that.
They're huge, though. I've seen them when they're down off the thing. It's like, whoa, I didn't realize they were that big.
And here's the thing. Okay, so legal limit, it's less than 50,000 pounds. I can tell you that, because the net. So I guess with those triple axles, it might be different, but usually with the legal what the legal road limit is a net 50,000. So the truck cannot weigh more than 80,000. Truck, trailer, and product, those semis, 80,000 pounds. You'll get fined if it's over that, right? So it's at least 50 to 40,000 pounds. So probably under that. Josh's quick math. So if I'm wrong, I'm blaming it on that. That can't be, that cannot be good for the aquifer at all, or anything in the soil.
Right.
And it won't biodegrade because it's fiberglass. And yet you want to moan about nuclear energy where there's nothing bad. And nuclear, okay, so like I agree, nuclear energy is a little scary, but that was, I'm sorry, 40 years ago, and Soviet technology.
You know about Chernobyl?
Yep, Chernobyl.
Yeah.
And the 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island wasn't that bad because they caught it pretty quick, if I remember right.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't great, but I mean, it wasn't. And then
Yeah, it has risks, but they're risks that can be prevented. Like they're,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look at Fukushima. Everybody likes to moan about Fukushima.
Yeah.
Terrible incident. I am so sorry for the Japanese people that had to go through that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Fukushima was a freak of nature because it had a record-setting earthquake and a record-setting tsunami within the same week. And that's what caused it to fail.
Right.
2 freak of nature accidents, and that's what caused it to fail. I'm sorry. I mean, like you put... Last time I checked, when are you going to have a tsunami or an earthquake in the Midwest?
Right.
So put all your nuclear power plants in the middle of the Midwest where there's not going to be any whatchamacallits, and then ship power to everywhere else. Like it doesn't make any sense. And it's so clean. And granted, I will give you that there's nuclear waste and that you can't reuse it really. Well, then good thing Elon's making those rockets, because then we can just lock it and launch it in space and let the aliens deal with it.
Right.
I don't believe in aliens, but it's just for the joke.
Yeah.
Let that be a little present for some green little man and
right.
I don't know, Alpha Centauri B or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so frustrating for me because, and I don't know. That's okay. That's my tism rant done. But yeah, so it's very silly culture. I feel like we're very uneducated,
right?
Because if somebody if they actually wanted to go away from coal, and I agree, coal's not a great option, but then here's the other problem: is you are putting a lot of people out of business if you go away from coal.
Right.
For instance, there's a strep, and so my brother-in-law or cousin-in-law, he is from Tennessee. And there's a section in Kentucky where there used to be a whole bunch of coal mining, and I don't remember the exact name of it now. But there's 200 miles of just dead zone.
Wow.
That used to be these old coal mines. And in the 60s or something like that, or it might have been early 1900s, somewhere within the past century, the government stepped in, shut down the coal mining because it was too much sulfur.
Wow.
Can't exactly blame them. But it ruined the community. And there's 200 miles of just people who are living on government checks and just nothing because the government stepped in and shut down the coal plants and ruined people's lives. And now they just live in abject poverty. And
they shut them down because based on environmental.
Yeah, because the coal had too much sulfur in it. So so that's my problem. Like, I don't have a solution for that. And I'll admit that. It's just me just raising a point of, if we're going to go away from coal, then we need to have something.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people's livelihoods that are in coals. And another cousin-in-law her dad is a coal miner, or works for a coal company. And the environmentalists just tried to kill them, and they got pretty close. Kill the business, not him.
Right.
Should preference that. They didn't kill him.
Yeah.
They were trying to kill coal mining as an industry, and they got close.
Okay.
And what's really frustrating is when the wedding was down there, and he pointed out 2 or 3 places where there had been coal mines. And they're in the mountains of Colorado. Beautiful country. Mm-hmm. You couldn't tell there was a coal mine there. It was beautiful. It was a meadow, trees, meadows, and a lot of times these coal companies, I mean, granted that it's probably due to some sort of regulation back from Teddy Roosevelt or something like that. Yeah. But
Tony Roosevelt was Teddy's Italian cousin.
Yes, Tony. Yeah, you know what Fiat squirrel? You know what Fiat stands for, right?
The company?
Yeah.
No.
Fix it again, Tony.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyways, back to coal mines. So I I feel like a lot of these environmentalist people have this idea of the 1800s, back when um a lot of people thought that there was this, we had a different mindset back 200 years ago. I mean, look at Europe. I was listening to somebody talk, and they made a really good point of 200 years. So Europe was kind of like they had milked Europe completely, all that it was worth. And they realized that. And then in the past 200-300 years, they've gone back and they're trying to fix everything. Like they've done a great job. They've replanted all their forests. Like they're trying to unscrew themselves nature wise.
Right.
And so when you have that mindset of, oh, this is a huge land, and I'm not saying this perfectly, but you have the Europeans come over. They're used to this way of just, I see it, I need it, I'm going to cut it down. The trees, the animals, just hunt it because it's never going to run out, right?
Right.
You have, and so then you go from that to you have them come over and they see this huge land, or they think it's massive. And US is massive, but it's not that massive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're not, it's a never ending, like, yeah. Anyways, that word, whatever that word is.
Well, it depends on what it's compared to. The massiveness of something is compared to something else, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's massive. They thought, oh yeah, we will just do what we did in Europe. We'll just milk it for all of its worth, and it'll never stop because it'll just. And then they started doing that, and that's where you get the buffalo hunted near to extinction. You have all these trees like the sequoias, if I remember right. They were almost cut down to extinction, right? The sequoias.
Right. Yeah.
You have a lot of these natural things, and it was because of like conservationists like Teddy Roosevelt. They came in and saved a lot of this stuff.
Right.
And the thing was, a lot of people in Teddy Roosevelt's era were starting to realize, hey, this is bad. Like there's some places in Utah that were having terrible mudslides because of all the deforestation.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, shoot, we need to stop deforesting. And if we're going to deforest, we need to plant another forest in or do it smarter.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these people started realizing, oh, shoot, we're screwing up the land. And okay, skip ahead 100 years. A lot of the country people who live, rural people, genuinely love the land. We love the land. We don't, and we're trying to do right by the ground.
Right.
And right by nature. Because God did give us the commandment of, he did put us in stewards. And the stewardship does include passing it on to the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
So you think to be environmentally conscious is something that God wants us to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like have an eye, like keep an eye on, because how is something going to restock itself if you just milk it for all it's worth? And it's not, and it's, and he, I don't know. That's how I feel like it. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Being environmentally cautious.
Right.
So conscious. So you have, where was I going with it? And then, so you have these people who automatically assume the worst about coal mining or deforestation.
Right.
Or all these other things, nuclear, or all these things. And then just have that automatic assumption, oh, they have that mindset of 200 years ago or whenever, 200 years ago of, let's just milk it for all of its worth. When in actuality, that is incredibly stupid. That's how you get the Dust Bowl. That's how you get of the 20s. That's how you have all these issues. And you can't, and a lot of people, I would argue a lot of people who farm or are in these industries do have that mindset of how can we make the land better after we're done with it.
Right.
So that annoys me is when environmentalists are like, oh, well, you don't care. It's like, oh, well, yeah, actually we do care. It just may not seem like it, but we do care.
Right.
So, I don't know.
No, and I think there's so many different like facets that go into that, right? Like people are take it as it's black and white. Mm-hmm. Like all of this needs to stop. Well, well, like going back to like nuclear energy. It's all bad. It's all needs to stop. We can't use it ever. It's terrible. Is that true? Or is it like
Or you
most of
just
the
run.
time it's good and maybe there's some problems, but there's also problems with some of the environmental stuff that you're trying to do, with electric cars and all this other kind of stuff. There's issues
Yeah.
there too, right? So,
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, electric cars are cool. Like the
yeah.
technology behind them, like
Oh,
race
sure.
cars and all that.
Sure.
Are they kind of stupid? Yeah, but I mean they're cool. I mean, for if you live in a city, electric
Right.
cars make complete sense. Out here, our nearest charging station is 20 miles away.
Mm,
So it doesn't make much sense. And then also our
right.
dirt roads. Most of our roads around here are unpaved and they're not very well kept, and they
Yeah.
would tear apart a Tesla in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty much only big cities that are, really,
Yeah.
but I mean, even here, we live in a town that's not, it's technically considered a big city, but it's not like LA or
Yeah.
San Francisco or anything like that. But it's gotten a lot bigger since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But we have all these parking lots where they've installed all of these Tesla charging stations and stuff.
Mhm.
And me and my wife are like, man, we always drive by them. There's like 30 of them, and there's like
Yeah.
one car, two cars maybe at certain times. It's like, do they really need all that? They're taking up all the rest of the parking lot where there could be just normal parking spots for everybody.
Mhm.
But I told my wife, I said, yeah, but you need to understand they're doing that as not just because they think it's needed, but they're trying to tick off people that don't drive electric cars, so they'll be forced into buying one.
Yeah.
Well, I got nowhere to park now unless I buy an electric car. Bingo. That's what they're trying to get you to do.
It's like kind of like with Red Bull. So it just hit me. So Red Bull, I'm going to get it wrong, but back in the day when Red Bull first started, what they did was they took a whole bunch of the empty cans and threw them all in trash cans. And then that convinced people, oh, people are drinking Red Bull. I wonder if it's any good. So they went
Right.
and bought it, even though that they literally just took empty cans and threw them in trash cans. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And it was that cycle of, well, my peers are doing it, so let's buy it. And I think that's kind of what's going on with all the electric chargers is like, oh, my peers are,
Yeah.
they're putting in all these chargers because apparently my peers are buying electric cars. So
Right.
I might as well buy one, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, Rivian, coolest electric car manufacturer out there. If you ask me, I really want one of their pickups, but I will
I've
never
never
be
even
able
heard
to.
of that one.
Oh, Rivian. Oh, they're the
Really?
their pickups are so cool. They are they're
Huh.
awesome. They don't look stupid. They're
Okay.
great. They're 100,000. I mean, the starting price is 100,000, but they look really cool. They got oval headlights.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
actually a Rivian in Ogallala the other day, and oh my goodness, I nerded out for 5 minutes. I was outside a restaurant. I almost waited outside to wait for the person that owned it to walk out so I could ask for a ride. I was that close to doing it.
Yeah.
So, but it was, I don't know. But and then you have the other problem of you hear a lot of that our energy grid can't handle electric cars, or not very many of them, and we need to upgrade to the electrical grid. Like not only the power distribution and the power generation, like everything needs an upgrade. And if we're going to go electric,
Right.
and yet you have these politicians who are probably getting paid off by somebody. I don't know who, but getting
Right.
paid off by somebody
Right.
to say, "Oh yeah, we push legislation for it," and it's just, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. My personal opinion is if you're going to go electric, you got to go hybrid. There's a company in Canada called Edison Motors. They're making semis for logging, but what they're doing is they're electric, but they have a diesel generator, like a small and like an inline for 300 horsepower diesel motor
Yeah.
as a generator. Well, so what they'll do is, logging companies, what they'll do is they'll have their semis, they'll climb up the hill, up into these mountains, grab a load, and come back down. Well, that makes the most sense for electric because you spend the batteries going up, and then once you start coming back down, you can just hit the recharge and then you just regen all the way down the mountain, and then your batteries are charged again. And then if they doesn't quite do it, you have the diesel motor that will kick on and then provide electric motor or electricity for the motors or the batteries to recharge them.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, brilliant. And the best part is you can run red diesel so you don't have to pay the road tax.
Right.
So it's brilliant. I would love to buy one of their trucks one day. I really do want to do that. I don't know if it'll happen or not.
You have
but,
to win the lottery first. That's
yeah.
step one. Win the lottery. Step two, buy one of their trucks.
Oh, if I'm winning the lottery, I'm buying ground. It is nuts how much ground is going for. There was a pivot by us that sold for 1.2 million, and it was 160 acres. So it's like, put your money in land. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, how many acres is your farm?
3,000.
Dang.
So
that was big.
Yeah. So that 20. It's just size, so it's like 2850 or something like that. But it's close enough to 3,000. You just say it's 3,000. But yeah, it's like 2850 or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I just usually tell 3,000 because it's easier. But yeah, most of that land was accrued back in the 80s. My grandpa he was like, okay, we need to get on this land buying now while land's cheap.
Yeah.
Smart on him. But I don't think land's ever going to get cheap again.
No.
Everybody realized
keep going up.
Skyrocketing.
Well, that's why investing it is smart, because you're gonna get money back no matter what.
Exactly.
So
where was I going? What were we talking about? What? I just forgot.
I don't know, but that's all right. It's a brain fart. We can
politics.
We're in politics, but we'll move on to
that's probably a good stop for my tyrant if you want to move
on. I'll just, for last thing in politics, I like to ask kind of what you see as the biggest issue facing our country, or even our world, if you want to go global.
I would say three things.
Okay.
Islamist ideas.
Okay.
You look at what it's doing is and this isn't against Muslim people, because I do know that some Muslims are good, genuine people.
You're talking about radical.
Yes, Islamist.
Yeah.
The terrorists, the IS.
Okay.
The IS will get you in trouble. You look at England, the Pakistani rape gangs. It's mortifying what's going on there, and how the British government is just seeming. They say they aren't involved or covering anything up, but it seems like they're purposely importing people, Islamists, into their country to replace the English people. So this year, for the past 3 years, the number one name in England is Muhammad.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
that's obviously a bunch of white guys.
Of course. No, nothing and they don't have tan skin. And they don't talk like gibberish.
Yeah, their names are probably Mohammed Smith. Probably names like that.
And I was like, Durka, Muhammad Jihad at the end of it.
Yes.
But it's very so, and it seems like a lot of countries in Europe are dealing with that right now.
Yeah.
So I know a guy, or I'm acquaintances with a guy in Austria who's from Austria, and we were talking about what's going on in Germany and Austria with all the immigrants coming in, illegal immigrants, refugees. I'm convinced they're refugees, and for the audience, that's air quotes. Because if you think your country's so good and Sharia law is so good, stay in your country. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to be called a racist for that.
Probably. So yeah, you're going to get canceled for sure.
Oh, like they're going to find me. I would, but it's very concerned. And he was just talking about the rape gangs in Austria and Germany, and it's bad enough that people are having to resort to and women are having to keep pigs on their persons, so that way the Arabic or Muslims, the Muslims won't touch them.
Because they have pork?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're in contact with pork. And so it's very concerning for me to see that. But at the same exact point, you almost wonder if it's going back to spirituality. It's like, oh, maybe this is how, maybe this is, because I don't know. It's very interesting. So it's just very concerning because Islamists they're very two-faced. They will they will say they try to act peaceful, but it's a slippery slope to Sharia law, and Sharia law is very scary for
Sure.
me
Oh, for sure.
because no freedom of speech, no equal rights. Um, I mean, that's always people something women really like, equal rights.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
you don't have that under Sharia law.
Nope.
Go to Dearborn and ask those women how their Dearborn, Michigan, and ask them how their equal rights are working out for them.
Yeah. Yes.
And I just heard this. I just saw this the other day that they changed their police badges. Dearborn, Michigan did to have Arabic in them.
Really?
Yes, like
Okay.
it's all Arabic if I remember right. I don't remember. It's like I'm sorry. If you look, most people try to assimilate.
Hmm.
There's one group of people who do not like to assimilate, and it's people who have the Muslim faith. Now, some Muslims will integrate, but the Islamists won't.
Right.
And it's very frustrating for me because it's like, and it's very nerve-wracking because that's what you see going on in, not nerve-wracking, concerning. That's a better word,
Sure.
concerning
Sure. Yep.
in Europe. And I do love this country. I mean, I got American flag. I got American flags on most of my stuff.
Yeah, that's very offensive to some people.
I know.
That
I
American
don't know.
flag. Yeah.
I better go kiss it to make them
Yeah.
keep the liberals at bay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is the greatest country ever.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to assimilate, then go home because your country isn't that bad then.
Well, and yeah, and that goes back to the learning the language thing that I was talking about. Like, I think
Yeah.
there's just there should be a respect for that. And again, people say that's a racist statement. No, this just happens to be a country where English is the lay of the land. That's the way it is. Like I said, if we move to Germany, that's the
Yeah.
lay of the land there. The law or the language.
They
of the land,
expect
and
you
wanna
to
do it.
learn German. Well, they used to
Correct.
anyways. I don't know now with all the immigrants, but
Right.
it's just it's very saddening to watch the world that. So top three issues, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Christian. This one's more on a spiritual note. The church needs to get more proactive, and it's hard.
Mhm.
I'll admit, I'm not very proactive, and so it's more of a spurn. It's the saying we should the we make sure the we is very under the we as a church needs to get out more, and I
Right.
feel like the church is starting to do that. So you look at, I don't know. It seems like I've heard some things where it's like Gen Z is starting to come back to Christianity.
Yeah.
And it's very, or some sort of spirituality, and I hope it's
Sure.
Christianity,
Yeah.
some sort of, whether that be Catholicism, Protestant, Orthodox, something, because like we said earlier, Judeo Christian principles
Hmm.
are they are important, and they will make your life better. Mormons do Mormons. I don't. There's enough weird things to go on. Um, they aren't Christians. I'm going to preference that they are not Christians.
Yeah.
they can try to say they're Christians or not.
Yeah. Well, they seem to be on the surface, but as soon as you start breaking down doctrine, you realize that there's a lot of major differences.
Major differences, and
Yeah.
how there's so many little gods, and it's like, but and it's just very. We as a church need to be more proactive in our communities. There's a joke that I learned or a statement that I really like from college. It's like there's 5 testaments: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, or 5 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and you. And
Explain that.
granted,
Break that down for me.
so you have your 4 gospels:
Right.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that tell about Jesus, how he came to this earth. He came for broken people, sinful people, and fulfilled the entire law of the Old Testament, and the Old Testament looking forward to Christ. And he came and he fulfilled all of that. paid for our sins, died, rose again, so that way we have a way. It gives life a point for living, because we're free of sin, and we get to go be with him forever and glorify him, and that's all we're created for, is glorify God.
Right.
That's a Westminster Catechism, if I remember right. That's the first thing. It was like, why am I here? To glorify God.
Right. Right.
So and then the you part comes in because people watch you. And when you say you're a Christian, people will watch you. And I know a huge thing with people is that it's like, oh, Christians are just hypocrites. Yes, we're hypocrites. I'm a hypocrite every single living moment of my life.
Right.
Every Christian is a hypocrite, because we say that I don't want to sin, but yet I sin. As Paul says that in one of his letters. So it's like I do what I do what I don't want to do, and I do the things I should. I don't do the things I should.
Yeah.
That's
Romans
hypocrisy.
7.
That's hypocrisy if I've ever heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like we need to try to be. We need to strive to leave a net positive on the people around us. And we're never going to do that perfectly, because we're sinful and we're still humans. The only difference between me and unsaved Joe is that my sins are accounted for. That is paid for. That is the only difference.
Yeah.
The only difference.
Right.
Because I'm going to sin just as much as him.
Sure.
Whether I think about it, regardless of what I do, no matter how perfect I live, I sin just as much as Joe Schmo.
Right.
So, and that's, but just living differently is because we are called to be separate. And that's why you're the fifth testament, because people will see something different about you.
So like, you're saying, as we live out our lives as believers, the world's watching us, basically.
Yes.
And they might not ever pick up a Bible themselves to read the first four Gospels, but they will see you living your life.
Yes, in accordance to those four Gospels.
Right.
And there's somebody that my dad always likes to quote. I don't remember who says this, but it's like, preach every single day, and if you have to, use words.
Yeah.
I don't remember who said that, but I
don't think anybody knows who said that first. I think it's been requoted so many times that they don't really know who originated it. Yeah.
And there's some people who will take offense with that. It's like, oh, well, yeah, no. You should be preaching every single day, like actually preaching, not actually use your words. And I'm like, yeah. But there's also this thing called gifts, and some people have the gift of evangelism and some people don't. And I'm one of the people that don't have the gift of evangelism.
Right.
You get me nervous. I stutter like, I will run Joe Biden for his money when it comes to stuttering.
Yeah.
But we need to be more active as a church. We need to remember that we need to convert.
Yeah.
And that's the lifeblood of the church, is converting, I feel like.
Okay, so let me ask you about that, because I have some differing beliefs on, kind of what people would call the Great Commission, right? And that's kind of, so do you then see it as it's like every Christian's duty to evangelize, or to spread the word of Christ, or to convert people, for lack of a better word?
I feel like there's some people who have the gift of ministry, like that is their, and think of it as like an army. You have your frontline soldiers, and then you've got the supply runners. And then you got the spec op guys in there somewhere too. We're all called to be a part of Christ's army, and we're all called to evangelize if we have the chance. Some of us will, some of us won't. That some of us, we might need to evangelize to our neighbors, but it won't be like the Billy Grahams.
Sure.
Like those kinds of people.
On a grand scale like that.
Yes. But we're all, even if it's one person, that's still a fulfillment of the Great Commission. We're making disciples.
Right.
So I feel like I'm involved in my church through the WANA program.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I feel like
which group do you
Puppies.
lead? Oh, nice. The
Cubby.
little guys. Nice.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was told I'm never allowed to leave. So,
Oh,
so I feel like through that I'm fulfilling the Great Commission because I
okay.
am telling these little kids about Christ
Mhm.
and I'm modeling Christ through my actions. Do I do that perfectly? Absolutely not. I
Right.
have copious amounts of prayer and caffeine goes into cubbies. But and patience, don't forget patience.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
but the but it is our duty to make sure that the people who are the frontline soldiers, the missionaries, are stocked,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
It makes
because
sense, but I think for me, I have a hard time only because I'm not sure that every person who's a quote unquote missionary is called of God. So I think
mm,
we need to be careful where we're, I mean, if it is definitely what you're saying, that these are men and women that have been called by God to be sent somewhere to preach the gospel and to minister his truth, then yeah, I think absolutely we should be financially supporting those people and prayerfully supporting those people and everything else.
yeah,
But it's just like homeless people that are asking for money. It's the same concept for me. Like I think the Bible does teach, yes, we're to give hilariously, we're to put others above ourselves, but I also
yeah,
think we need to be good stewards of the money, and we need to
be
we shouldn't be
wise with
giving
it.
it correct. Like and
Yeah,
that's why if
agreed.
I give money to a homeless guy, in fact, let me rephrase that. I will not give money to a homeless guy. If he has a sign that says I'm hungry, I'll say, all right, man, get in. I'll take you over here. I'll get you a double cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Right?
or you'll give them a gift card to Mickey D's or something like that.
Something, right? Something that he can't buy crack with.
Yes.
Right? So because I'm not here to support your alcoholism or your drug addiction or any of that
Mhm.
stuff. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what God wants me to use my money for, to further dig you into the pit that you've started for yourself. That's
Yes.
not the plan. But if you are truly seriously hungry and I have the money to provide you with something to eat, I will definitely do that for you. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
It's
So,
it's a it's one of those things of yeah, but yeah, I feel like if you're called to missions and you're doing good work, like Tim Tebow's thing with all the kids. Did you ever see any of that?
yeah, yeah.
The Sean Ryan podcast that he went on.
Mhm.
Um, that podcast mortified me, and I've been seriously considering starting to give some of my tithe to that
Mhm.
thing because of all of that. And
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good use of tithe money,
Okay.
of support, and
Yeah.
and then of course give to your church and stuff like that. But I mean,
Well, see, there's a whole sect of Christianity of people that would say that tithe is only to go to the church body that you attend. It's not to go to, charities or things like that. So, I mean,
yeah, I don't know how I feel about everything like that, but
mhm,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I personally don't. Well, I mean, I kind of have a differing view on this, but first of all, I don't think tithe is for the church. I don't think
Oh,
tithe is for the New Testament church because you don't see it taught anywhere in the New Testament. Tithe was something that was given to the Jewish people, and it was usually a tenth of the grain of the crop of the flock, right? It was the
yeah,
firstborns, that kind of thing. But I do think the New Testament teaches, like I said earlier, to give hilariously,
yeah,
right? Which for me, I struggle with this because I would much rather tithe than
hmm
give hilariously because
yeah.
tithing is easy. It's like, oh, here's 10%. Now I feel justified in doing whatever I want with the rest of my money because I already
Yeah, and
gave.
then all of a sudden it's like somebody's like, "Oh yeah, so I need some money," and you're like, "But I
Yeah.
really want my own
Yeah.
little."
Or,
Yeah,
or,
and
or
that's
you're like, no,
hard.
I already covered it. I already gave 10%. Leave me alone. I already gave
Yeah, so
God
you're not
his
speaking to
due.
me. Shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah, leave me alone.
exactly. Find someone else who hasn't paid their tithe money yet, right? But
Yeah,
this idea of like giving of everything basically, or saying like all my money, all my possessions, everything is not mine, it's God's, and I'm going to do whatever He wants me to do with it. That's more
hmm
of a scary concept for me because then you get into like the widow that gave the two mites or whatever. She gave all
yeah,
she had, and I think that is really what we're supposed to have the heart for. But that's hard.
hmm yeah. It is hard,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. Is I was reading that the other day, and I had this thought of, it's like that widow didn't really know what God wasn't going to do with her mites. She was like, I don't know. I'm just going to give my two mites. I know
Right.
I'm supposed to pay my tax, my tithe. I'm just going to give it. We never know exactly what's going to go on with her tithe.
Right.
So, and
Especially if you
that
give it
one,
to a church.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and but yet this woman who gave everything she had, she is remembered for eternity for her action.
Right.
So it's
Right.
it's a
Right.
kind of like a it's a thought provoker. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not something profound. I just thought it
Yeah.
was interesting.
Yeah, and I would say I agree with you that I mean, if I'm going to give money, I don't believe that it's biblical to only give it to your church body. You
No,
know what I mean? I
yeah,
think we need to seek the Lord every time we give money to any, whether it's a charity, whether it's your church body, whether it's a homeless guy on the street, whatever. I think those are all case by case where you seek the Lord. Lord, is this something you want me to give money to?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, but then again, the same problem we have as we talked about towards the beginning, when I pray that, I don't hear a voice from heaven says, yes, Ryan, give that homeless man $20. You know, like
Yes.
it all comes down to really like, how do I determine that? Yeah, I pray about it. Then what? Like, how do I know? Like, I really don't, if I'm being honest. I
Mhm.
try. I hope I'm making the right decision. I'm hoping the Lord's going to go with me in that decision I'm making because I truly do want what he wants.
Mhm.
But it's just hard to know for sure what that is sometimes, you
Yeah.
know?
Sometimes I found when this is also like for camps and stuff around this area
Hmm.
that I found some of the easiest giving I've ever found was like somebody would just be like, "Hey, look, we're short $20 for this camp," and it's like, and they're not even talking to me about it. They're just like, "Yo, you need, hey, I'm short this amount of money," and sometimes I just lose control of my limbs, and just like next thing I know, my wallet's out and $100 is gone.
Oh, wow.
So
Well,
like,
I'm going to try to be around you when that happens.
I, I'm gonna refrain from that joke. Uh, no, it wasn't a bad joke. It was just
Yeah,
more
yeah.
pertaining to one grace of people.
Right. Yeah.
Um, no, but I can be a Scrooge McDuck sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
But it's I don't know. But sometimes like that, it's just like I feel like that was the Holy Spirit telling me to pay for something.
Sure.
Like when I don't even know, like I just like my brain goes into autopilot. Next thing I know, my wallet's out and I've given them $20 and they're like, or $100 or whatever,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh, well, whoa, you didn't need to do that." I'm like, it's like it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but in the back of my brain, I'm thinking, what the heck did I just do?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Um,
And sometimes we won't even know. Like, even
yeah,
if it is the Lord that's leading us to do that, we might never know the fruit that came of that.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? But we don't
Mhm.
have to. That's not the point. The point is
Yeah,
not so we can know and we can tell people, hey, you're not going to believe this. What I did. I gave this homeless
no,
guy $20 and he became a multi-billionaire and it's all because of me.
no, it's not. It's because it's like I have a, God uses broken people, so I'll
Sure.
yeah, I gave him
Yeah.
20. I gave him $100, and
Hmm.
then I won't even know the side effects of that until eternity, and
Right.
I'm fine with that, and I don't
Sure.
care. I
Right.
would prefer I never know what happened with all the money I've given to church or whatever. I would prefer not to because then I want to because that would just be patting my back, and I don't want that.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Well, what's the Bible say? Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing or something like that, right?
bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what always was amazing to me. I went to a church one time where it was a very small congregation, like 20, 30 people, like very small.
Yeah.
And
Those churches are so much fun.
they can be, and
Yes.
we did
Yes.
have a lot of good memories there, but there was a guy. So they never passed a collection plate at this church, nothing, right? But they had a offering box in the back of the church.
Yeah.
The pastor was just like, hey, if the Lord leads you guys to give, great. If not, great. Right. Like he
Hmm.
was never trying to say, I'm not trying to take a paycheck. This isn't why I do this kind of a thing. But there was a guy, a member of the congregation, that every week he would write his tithe check and he sat in the very front of the room. And he would
Oh,
literally,
these people.
dude, he would write the check and he would pass it back to everybody to put into the
Oh.
offering for him. I'm like, dude, are you just trying to show everybody how much you're giving? And I always think to myself, like, that's the exact opposite of what Scripture says, right? You're not supposed. Nobody should even know you're giving, let alone how much you're giving, right?
Yes,
It's like, come
exactly.
on, yeah,
Oh,
it
well,
was
yeah.
amazing to me.
There was a funny story one time that I heard. It's along those lines. It's like this one coworker, this one lady is trying to get her coworker to come to church, and they finally
Hmm.
and her excuse is, well, they always just ask for money. Well, they finally get the one coworker to come into church, and it was talking about tithing.
Oh, nice!
Tithing. So they lost that one person, but
I love it. That's
um
that's awesome.
the joke goes a lot more in depth, but it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, those people, yeah, that's another pet peeve is like
yeah,
the people like
yeah.
the rich men, like the other rich men in that story when the widow gave the 2 mites. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm giving my tithe. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I'm giving $2 million, but
Oh, yes, come
yeah.
kiss my feet and kiss my royal rings. Yes, you filthy
Yeah.
peasants. Yes. But
Oh man.
no,
All
but
right.
it was, yeah.
So
Um,
let's wrap up with
um,
one last thing here, and
okay.
this is what I ask every Christian that I have. I shouldn't say every Christian because I always say that, and I have a friend who was on the show, and he's like, "Dude, you never asked me that. Why didn't you ask me that?" I was like, "I don't know, man. It just didn't come up." But I always ask Christians to kind of paint out, like I guess an apologetic in a sense, but I mean like how can you be certain that Christianity is the correct spiritual belief system? Because I mean, Jesus is very clear. He says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me." That's pretty exclusive. That's saying Jesus is the only way, right?
Mhm.
So how can you, as a believer in that, be certain that that's true and not Islam or not, Hinduism or any of those other ones?
Several things.
Okay.
First of all, uh, I don't know. Wesley Huff makes a lot of good points. So if you ever
Oh,
really
that
care,
guy. He's
Wesley Huff.
he's amazing.
mm,
Yes, I love that guy.
oh, Wesley Huff is awesome. I
I
love
just love
listening to
listening
him.
to him talk. He's got that little accent thing.
Oh yeah, and
I love that.
his voice is so smooth, and it's
Yeah,
like the perfect inflections. Like
yeah,
everything's perfect.
yeah. And he's on it too. I mean, he's quick.
Oh
Like he's
yes,
got the
super
knowledge and
quick.
yeah, he's awesome.
Oh man, I wish they would do a Jubilee surrounded with him.
I hope they do. I think they
Like
probably will.
because Jordan Peterson was kind of a letdown,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
it
He kind of got
yeah
cranky old man too much, where he was just like,
yes.
"Don't talk to me like that." It's just like,
It's
dude,
like he should have had a cane or something and old spectacles on.
right. I know. Right.
Like the way,
Exactly.
like I can't blame him because he's sick and tired of dealing with college
He
age
is,
students.
and rightfully so. But I think that the format that they were doing that debate in was like, what do you expect, man? These are all like 20 somethings. Of course, they're going to
Yes.
be acting like 20 somethings, you know?
Yeah, and like I feel like in order for Wesley Huff to really shine in that, you would have to make sure that these people don't get like flaming mad because Wesley Huff
Right.
doesn't get mad. Flaming,
No.
no, he
Yeah.
is chill, like
Yeah.
calm, calculated.
Do you know why? Do you know why I thought of this? And this is
Okay,
so
I'm
true. The
send it.
reason why people like Wesley Huff or like Jeff Durbin, I don't know if you're familiar with Jeff Durbin. The
Can't say that I
reason
am.
why they can have these debates with these people, sometimes these people are very upset. Oh, no, they're going off, and these other guys are just so calm and collected. The reason why is because they're confident.
Mm,
They know their stuff. They know what they're arguing for. They know all the arguments. They know why they believe what they believe. A lot of the people on the left, they don't know why they believe what they believe. They just know that they believe it, and you better get out of my face if you don't believe it. But you start asking them, yeah, but why? Show me some evidence and proof. And that's when they say, your mom's fat and I hate you and I hope you're dead.
yeah.
Because they have no other answer. But somebody like
Mhm.
Wesley Huff's like, I saw the first time I ever saw Wesley Huff, he was in a debate with I forgot the
Johnny
guy's name.
Carson. Uh,
Black guy?
yeah. That did.
Yeah, where the guy was trying to refute biblical like texts and
Yeah.
stuff.
And he's like, well, just excuse me while I grab this text off the wall.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying because he knew his stuff. He's like, well, in P77, it said, like he's like showing the fragments, and he's like, no, this is how we know what you're saying is not a correct. And the guy was like, you could see he was visibly upset
Mhm.
because he didn't think that Huff was going to have that kind of response.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait a minute, this guy actually knows the answer.
And you know what's even better is Wesley Huff had 12 hours heads up, basically. It
Right.
was 12 to 24 hours,
Yeah.
and he blew him out of the water.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Because he already knows it. He didn't have to study it. He already had it.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, I would love to see a rematch of
Yeah.
that debate. Like,
Oh, he wouldn't do it.
give.
He wouldn't do
Oh,
it.
he won't. Billy Carson, he won't do it
No,
in a million
no.
years.
Wouldn't do it. Yeah.
But
But anyway, I sidetracked us. So
oh, so what were we even talking about?
we're talking about why you would say that Christianity is the true. Yeah.
So there's so many. Okay. So from a practical point, Judeo-Christian belief systems have radically changed the world. In college, they made us read a book, and it was the only one of the only books that I genuinely enjoyed in reading. It was called How Christianity Changed the World. And it
Okay.
basically goes through each point of our lives and like women's rights, everything. And it goes through and how slavery, women's rights, and it literally goes back and it's like, okay, this is what it was like at Jesus's time. This is it. And it explains everything of how Christianity changed it. And it's always for the better. You
Okay.
introduce Judeo-Christian values.
Oh, is it that one?
Yep, that one.
Okay. It's
So,
by Alvin J. Schmidt.
okay, Alvin James Schmidt.
There we go. All right.
Amazing book.
Okay.
What if you're, I don't know, from a physical standpoint, that is the like betterment of the world point.
hmm
That it proves that there, even if you don't believe in Jesus, Judeo-Christian values change the world for the better
Right.
always.
Right.
And I'm sorry, Sharia law doesn't.
Yes.
The Quran doesn't.
Yeah. Which weirdly is an evidence for Christianity being actually true.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because if there is a God and he does have a system and he does have a religion, for lack of a better word, I don't think God is religious per se, but
yeah,
if he has that, it's going to be good for us, right?
Yes.
Most likely, right? So that makes sense.
it comes back to the whole idea of everything is for the glorification of God, and
Right.
it wouldn't be no. And it wouldn't be if God wants everything to glorify him because he made everything,
Right.
which sounds very narcissistic and all that, but trust me, it isn't. Not, I mean, when he made you out of nothing, he kind of has a reason to want something to reflect him in some way, in my opinion. That's not very well worded. There's more people who have worded that better. But
Yeah. Those are guys that write books.
yes, the people that write books know how to word stuff better. I'm just a farmer from Nebraska. I don't know how to word things the bestest. English wasn't my strong suit. But just, and then also, I don't know. I just look at, it's so much simpler to believe in Christianity. Like the fundamentalist idea of it, that somebody came, created everything, and he wanted it to reflect him.
Right.
And like he made everything, and then like it just makes more sense than, oh yeah, there was a big bang, like 10 million, 10, well, when my dad was in high school, it was 20 or 15 million. And now it's, I think they just updated it to 25 billion.
Oh,
Like it's, and my dad was in high school in the 80s. So it's it's getting pushed back farther and farther back. And it's like, that's kind of funny. Well, why do they keep giving themselves more time? It's like it's almost gibberish.
right. Right.
And then you have the problem of where did it come from? You know, it would almost make more sense if God just spoke it and then the Big Bang happened.
Right. Yeah, and I don't have an issue with the Big Bang, to be honest with you. I don't. I think the Big Bang can fit with Christianity.
Yeah, that's why the Catholics pioneered it. They're like, hey, this points to God. If we get them to agree there's a Big Bang, then inevitably they're going to have to realize there's a God.
Right.
So,
right.
It's, I don't know. It's just, and then also it's like, okay, the point of life. Yeah, it's the point of life. And it's just like, I can't imagine like this life is it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you toil, you're born, you toil, you pay your taxes, and then you die, and then your kids have to pay for your funeral. The taxes, all the taxes involved with the funeral.
Right.
And then you just turn into worm food. That just, like you were kind of saying earlier, it gives a lot of hopelessness. And there's, and that's where religion, like any shade of religion steps in, is where you're trying to give meaning to life. And it makes more sense for God, who loves us, who wants us to be with him, who doesn't need us, but chose us anyways. Because at the end of the day, God doesn't need you or me.
Right.
He doesn't
Right.
need to love us. He has creation. Creation
Yeah.
does his will perfectly.
Right.
They just do what they're programmed to do. He can
Yep.
have nature glorify him.
Yeah.
Actually, he does that. But he wanted something with free will to mimic him to, and this is where like Calvinism and like more Arminianism starts
Yep.
to like, and I don't
Yeah.
even know where I'm at and all that because they all have good arguments. I'm somewhere.
Right.
Don't
Right.
ask me exactly what I believe because I
Yeah.
believe like little bits of everything when it comes to
Yeah, I'm like
Calvinism.
I'm like a 3-point Calvinist personally. So
Oh, I like that.
yeah,
I think
that's me. So
I'm probably closer to like a 5-point Calvinist. um, but no, but it's just yeah, it just makes more sense
Yeah.
that there's a God who wants to spend eternity with me,
right.
and He chose me, and He did everything in His, and He drawed me in, and He just, and now I'm His,
Yeah.
and I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So
Do you
that's
have
how.
yeah, sorry, I was going to say that I forgot to ask you this earlier. Do you like when you talk about your testimony, is there a moment, because you kind of grew up in the church, right? Like your
Yeah.
parents were Christians,
Yep.
but do you have a moment in your life where you feel like your faith became your own? Or do you feel like you've been saved since you were like 4 years old when you first prayed the prayer in Sunday school or whatever?
Funny you say that. I was 3.
Okay.
3 or 4. No, I was 4. Zach, yeah.
Okay.
Me and my brother got saved at the same time. It
Okay.
was one of those things of my brother got saved, so I did.
Right.
I would say it's probably 12. There was a moment in my life where I was, ever since I was little, and even sometimes today, I'm very nervous of the unknown, which is very weird because I do really a lot of stupid things. But I'm very nervous of the unknown and the idea of dying and going somewhere, and spending eternity terrifies me.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's heaven or hell.
Really?
Like it's the unknown. It's the unknown factor.
Okay.
The unknown factor.
And like
Hell is
eternity seems so like vast.
Yes, vast.
Okay.
So we have these huge grain elevators. We're talking 250 foot tall, and they're made out of concrete. They're massive. Right on the south side of Grant.
Okay.
And one day, and they're on the south side of the railroad tracks. And one day we're loading cars, and my dad's like, "Boys, come here." And we're like, "Okay." So he grabs a Sharpie out of his pickup, and we walk over to these grain elevators. They're 200, 300 foot tall, somewhere in there. And they're probably each silo, and there's like 10 silos, and they're probably, I don't know, 50 foot, 60 foot wide. Massive, these massive things. And he walks up and he makes a little dot on the concrete. He says, "Boys, see that?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That is your life. And the rest of these silos are eternity." And that kind of gave, and then my grandpa later expanded on that. He's like, "Okay, that dot, every single time you have a birthday, put a dot on those grain elevators." And we're like, "Okay." He's like, "By the time you have covered those grain elevators," and they're maybe, and there's 10 of them, so it's probably 200 yards one way, and that's just one side, and then you have another set on the other side. Is like, by the time you have completely painted that thing black from all the dots from your birthdays, that is the touch of eternity. That is the tip of eternity.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, like to think that way.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's scary because it's like, what is it going to be like? And I was always scared of that. And I'm like, well, I definitely don't want to go to hell.
Right.
Because spending eternity by myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what hell is, eternal separation. I mean, because you want yourself and you don't want God. So you get what you want.
Yeah, it's not the sin-filled party with the orgies and the drugs and the alcohol that everybody paints it out to be like. It's just me living in my sin for eternity. Yay!
Yay!
It's like, it's not like that at all.
Adventures in Odyssey did a really good skit when Eugene. Wit makes this program on the Imagination Station, where it like gives you an idea of what the afterlife is. And Eugene, for some reason, gets trapped in it for like 30 minutes.
Oh, I haven't heard that episode.
I don't remember what episode it is.
I'll have to check it out.
And then, so they finally pry Eugene out.
Yeah.
And he is a nervous wreck, like borderline, like, I think he actually does have an anxiety attack once he gets out. And he won't talk for like a day or two. And they finally get him to talk. And he's like, Eugene, what happened? And he's like, I was completely alone. And that's kind of what made him become a Christian in the Adventures in Odyssey.
Right.
And like, so you think about that, and it's like, oh, yikes.
Yeah. That would be scary.
Yeah. And what, so it's like, so that thought really scared me. And then when I was 12, my mom and dad were telling us about, oh yeah, well, there's this, we had a friend that was, apparently they were rebuilding Babylon or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember.
You had a friend who was rebuilding Babylon?
Okay, I explained that really bad.
I was like, wow,
the stammer. See, that's the stutter. That's the stutter I'm talking about. So anyways, I'm trying to remember how it happened because this was like 10 years ago. Anyways, I got to the point where like we were talking about end time stuff and how there was a lot of end times things coming true and how there was these rumors that Babylon was being rebuilt or is rebuilt. I don't remember. Some people say it is. Some people say, oh, you're just crazy. Go to the loony bin. I don't have an opinion on it. If it is, cool. That means Jesus is getting closer. If not, oh, darn, Jesus isn't that close.
Yeah.
But I just remember being absolutely mortified because wasn't for sure where I would end up. And the eternity loomed large, as Phil would say. And it's just like Phil Robertson would say.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I don't know what. So I was one of those kids who prayed constantly about salvation. Like anytime the gospel presentation was given, I wasn't up front, but I was praying it in the rows, kind of deal. And I finally prayed that, and then, I mean, that's the point that I really remember where that happened. And I prayed that until I was well into college. My first year of college, I was always like that, always a nervous wreck.
So you were questioning your salvation up until college?
Yeah, like I knew it was more of I knew I was saved, but I really wanted to make sure.
Right.
And I didn't really have assurance of my salvation until I got to college and started learning things. And it was like, okay, my salvation is legit. Okay, take a deep breath. You're fine. You actually are going to heaven. Okay, cool. That means I'm not going to end up in hell and be by myself forever. Okay.
Right.
So
what kind of things were you learning that were leading you to that conclusion?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a stew of things, and it was so many things where I just remember I was sitting in my room, and it kind of clicked. I'm like, I'm saved. It was one of those deals. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't like one thing that happened. It was like, okay, I am a Christian. I am saved. It's, oh, I'm saved.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's almost like a supernatural kind of experience.
Yeah, where it was like the breaker finally clicked. Like somebody grabbed the breaker and or plugged something in. And it was like, oh, I am saved. I've been saved this entire time. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, and then since then, I haven't struggled with that. I mean, like the idea of eternity is still like nerve-wracking, but I feel like, side tangent. There's a book series I listen to. It's called Galaxy's Edge. Nothing to do with Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
14 million times better than Star Wars. It's not this game. But the premise of the books is basically elites kick off Earth in about 100 years, and then they get up into some shenanigans, borderline demonic stuff, and then humanity finally learns how to have hyperdrives, and they jump ahead, and then all these elites who were in these sub-light speed ships finally start catching up, and then the wars that ensue between the elites and then everybody else. And one of the books, part of the book goes into, so they're the elites become called savages, and it goes, and the book follows one of the savages, and it's weird, but it has a very interesting point of, at one point he finally, the savage Marine, he's reprogrammed his memory so many times, he finally comes in contact with his original memory of what actually happened instead of what he instead of what he portrayed himself to be. And he makes a point of, and they're basically he gets wrapped up in this revolt on one of these light huggers, and with the other elites in this rebellion, and his faction loses.
Okay. Light huggers. That sounds...
So they call them light huggers. The ships, the elites kick off Earth, they call them light huggers.
Sounds like a hippie.
Yeah, well, because it hugs the speed of light. Like, it's not actually the speed of light, but they get close to it is the thought. Okay. So they just call it light huggers.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it does sound very hippie-ish.
It does, yeah. It's not tree huggers.
Yes. Oh, I was thinking tree huggers. Anyway. But he makes a point of, if he's they're torturing him to the camps that China do, the re-education programs, like that, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
But way more harsh. And he makes the point of, if the Christians truly did believe that there was eternity, then why didn't they do more of a job of converting people? That's Josh's abridged version of it.
Yes.
The book is called Gods and Legionnaires.
But it's a series?
Yes, it's a series. The series is called Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
By Jason Onspock and Nick Cole. But the book that one's in, it's called Gods and Legionnaires. Okay. It's the best way I can describe the book series is Star Wars and Lord of the Rings had a love child, and it's set 2,000 years in the future. That is the best way I can describe it.
Okay. So that's enough. That's intriguing enough as it is. So, but that I remember reading that and hearing. I was listening to it on audio, and I had to shut off, and I was like, do I truly believe in an eternity? Because I feel like that's a good point for all Christians to come to grips with, is if we truly do believe in, and that's kind of why I guess I'm more of a missions focused, is because if we really truly believe in eternity, that makes us want other people not to go there, to hell. Sure.
So, and yeah, that's kind of my push for it. And and at least be involved in missions somehow, whether that's giving or going on mission trips or something.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I get that to a certain degree. Like I obviously I want everybody to receive Christ. I want everybody to end up in heaven when they die, especially my friends and family that I love the most and care for the most. But I also realize that I can't really do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I can share the gospel. I can pray for people, but ultimately their hearts has to make that decision. And so, yeah. So, I mean, I personally, when I'm evangelizing, I tend to take the verse that says, be ready to give an answer to those that ask you, straight to heart. I don't stand
that's apologetics. That's
correct.
That's apologetics in a nutshell. Be ready to give it's 2 Peter something. Be ready to give an account for the hope that is within you. Yeah. And that's all that we're called to do. I mean, that's the Great Commission. We're giving account of why we hope for something more. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Cool, man. That's it.
Sweet.
We made it. It's the end.
Sweet.
That's painless. Man. Painless, right? Painless.
Yes. No pulling of teeth. It was great.
Yeah. So
awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been good to know you, man. It's good stuff. That was a fun conversation, so I appreciate it.
Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans.
Oh man, it was fun. I like shenanigans.
Okay, sounds great, man. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you later. All right,
bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope that it satisfied your needs. I hope that you won't send me mean, nasty emails anymore. I would really appreciate hearing your feedback, so you can always reach me at whycan'twetalkabout@proton.me. If you know of anyone that might make a good guest for the show, please reach out and let me know. Thank you.